I'm Steve Kathan. Hours after urging Iran to get serious soon, President Trump told a cabinet meeting Tehran is begging to make a deal to end the war. And he says Iran has allowed some oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz as a, quote, present.
They said to show you the fact that we're real and solid and we're there. We're going to let you have 8 boats of oil, 8 boats, 8 big boats of oil. This was 2 days ago. And they'll sail up tomorrow.
Well, CBS's Chris Livesey tells us Israel says its military killed a top Iranian official.
They say they took out the commander of the IRGC Navy. In fact, according to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, this is the man responsible for blocking the Strait of Hormuz near where I am here in the Gulf.
Court appearance right now in New York for former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife. The two are charged with drug trafficking, and they want the case tossed out in a dispute over legal fees. CBS's Anna Schechter.
They need to show and prove to a jury beyond a reasonable doubt that he was actually giving direction to the cartels and not just a corrupt leader who maybe quietly allowed this type of activity to go on.
No sign of any breakthroughs in Washington as TSA officers go without pay and travelers brave longer than usual security lines.
Tell me why you got here so early.
Because I didn't want to stay on this line, and look at me, I'm still here.
As few as a third of the security lanes here are operational at any given time because roughly 40% of the TSA personnel have called out of work as they await a DHS funding deal to restart their paychecks.
That's CBS's Nicole Skanga at Houston's Bush Airport. The Texas girls' camp where 27 people died in last year's July 4th flooding has filed an appeal to stay open.
Earlier this month, the court blocked Camp Mystic from doing any more work at the site. Brad Beckworth represents the family of Seal Stewart, a camper whose body still hasn't been found. He says the camp has already made changes at the site, disturbing evidence and hampering the search for Seal.
That camp's not ready to reopen.
Camp Mystic says 900 girls have signed up for this summer, and it's working with local and state authorities to enhance its flood safety. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
FEMA is reopening applications for its Major Resilience Grant program after a judge ordered the program restored. Last year, it was canceled. It helps localities prepare for disasters. It was called then wasteful and ineffective. Wall Street, the Dow is down 213. This is CBS News.
Join Adriana Diaz and Kelly O'Grady for the perfect start to your weekend. Ease into your Saturday with CBS Saturday Morning on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
We are going to go right into KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic because it is snarled. We have a 90-minute drive from Linwood to Bellevue right now. There's a crash before 520, and there is a 50-minute delay. That is the biggest issue right now. I'm seeing red all the way through Bothell to Bellevue. It is ugly. We are looking at standard backups and maybe even a little bit better traffic other places. I-5 southbound, the slowing starts from about the 145th area getting into downtown Seattle, and so that is still going to run you quite a few extra minutes. Your alternate routes are backing up. 99 is slow through the downtown area. West Seattle Bridge is backing up on that merge, so give yourself at least a few extra minutes to get wherever you need to go if you're getting around Seattle. I-5 northbound, the slowing starts around Boeing Field. The lake bridges are clear, though, and 405 is running a little bit faster than expected for this time of the morning. There is still that slowing right around the Renton S-curves and a little bit of a backup on 167. But the South Center area is clear, and it frees up really quickly after that getting into Bellevue. This report is brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio app. Text app to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO Newsradio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. Hats on, tridents up, you know what time it is. That's right. Mariners opening night against Cleveland right here at home in Seattle earlier this week. Manager Dan Wilson says they're ready.
To hear that crowd and the electricity in that ballpark that first night, we're all looking forward to it.
And fans already have their predictions.
Because we're going to go to the postseason. I've got a really good feeling about this.
Logan Gilbert will get that first pitch at 7:10 p.m. You can catch the game on our sister station, 710 ESPN. Crews were finally able to scale the slope of a landslide that's shut down I-5 northbound near Bellingham for the last week. They started removing trees and loose rocks to stabilize the slope, but there is no estimated time to reopen. That is a long-term issue there with lots of rock and debris still blocking the roadway. We now know much more about the police incident Wednesday morning near I-5 and SR 599 in Tukwila that snarled traffic for more than an hour during the morning rush. Brandon Hull with the King County Sheriff's Office says it was the end of a high-speed pursuit involving 2 armed robbery suspects in a stolen car.
The driver eventually got on I-5, still driving on the shoulder, and when he took the exit to 599, he rear-ended another car. That's when law enforcement was able to detain the 2 people in the car.
Fortunately, no one was seriously injured. Now we're going to check your weather forecast. And after some sprinkles this morning, it's going to be sunny later today and a high chance of that Mariners Ballpark rooftop being opened. Partly cloudy tomorrow with a high of 56. It's 39 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Oh, happy opening day, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Appreciate all of you for listening. Ursula will be out today. We have a full show and a full house today as well. Nick, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, man.
Are you ready for opening day, man?
Oh, yeah. It's been a long time coming, and there's a lot of expectations for this team coming up.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. So we might talk about a little bit of Mariners today. Paul, full transparency, Paul, you're wearing Mariners stuff today, and you love the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, I'm on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
I have the Griffey jersey. Now I'm a kid in the '90s, so there's no cooler baseball player than Ken Griffey Jr. So I got the Griffey on. We're both rocking backwards hats today. You rock a backwards hat because Ken Griffey, right?
Heck yes.
Yeah.
It's funny. I didn't even have to bring that up. I was sitting here before the show. Everybody knows, before I came on the show, my hat was turned to the front. I literally turned it backwards because the kid would do it that way.
Coolest guy in baseball, man.
Yes, it is. And then Ella is going to be here today. Good morning to you, Ella.
Good morning.
All right, good to have you with us. Hey, coming up here on the show, at 9:47, I'm giving you guys a homework assignment. When you get a chance, look up Drewski Conservative Women Sketch. When you get a chance, Drewski Conservative Women Sketch, look that up because I'm going to be talking about that sketch at 9:47. Now, you know your dog don't usually give homework assignments. You got your first one. All right, let's get to it. Top stories of the day brought to you by Pendergast Law. Okay, we got a lot going on today. It really is here. It is. That's right. Mariners opening day, fresh off the winningest season in years, and actually the furthest that they have ever gone. They were just a few outs away from the World Series. Well, they play their first home game tonight, 7:10 pitch, 7:10 p.m. over at T-Mobile Ballpark. Many experts, including non-experts such as myself, are picking Seattle baseball to go far. Me, World Series. That's right. That's what I believe. They say the deep bullpen, strong infield, anchored by catcher Cal Raleigh, and all-around good roster make them strong contenders. So who will you guys think will be the MVP of this team this year? Now, if you're going to the game, you better have a plan on how to get there and where to park and when you do. So here's KIRO 7 TV's Paolo Tristan talking about this very much. Here we go.
Make sure that you're getting there early so you can get a good spot. If you're okay with paying a little bit more, you can park at the Mariners garage next to the park across Edgar Martinez Drive. The garage opens 3 hours before first pitch. Now you can also use the app Spot Hero to reserve a parking spot. It lets you sort by distance and price, so you can park a little farther away for cheaper. Prices right now range from $5 to $125. Street parking may not be available, so make sure that you're looking at all posted signs near where you park.
I want to make sure I got her name right. Paola Tristan Aruda, thank you for that. And let us know how the parking goes. And text in right now, 888-973-5476. Will you be at the game tonight, or will you just be watching it on TV? Or there's somebody who might say, gee, I'm not paying attention to baseball. I got other things going on. That's fine, too. Now, if you're going to be at the game, we'd love to, hey, say hi. I would like to say hi to you. I'll be at the game, no doubt about it. I'm looking forward to it. I was trying to figure out what I'm going to eat. I know for sure I do have this thing, right? I have a thing where I have to be at my seat before the first pitch, and I have to be at my seat eating peanuts. Peanuts, that is my jam. Literally, I'm going to have that every single time. But the one thing that I want to say, I said this on Seattle's Morning's News this morning, is what opening day can mean to some of you. What does opening day mean to you? And I said this, to me, it means a fresh start. It means 0-0. It means a day at the ballpark with some of your favorite people or loved ones. And there's also one thing about baseball, I think it's nostalgic. I think this is the time that you think about who you used to play catch with, who you went to the game with, if you went to the games with your gloves on your hands and ready to catch that foul ball or home run, or you just remember going with this, your significant other, a parent. I would love to hear some stories from you, because I know that today is a day that I know for a fact. I've thought about my dad. I think about my dad all the time. But today, opening day baseball, for sure thinking about my dad and going to the games. I never forget going with my dad. You guys know Jamie Moyer, the pitcher for the Mariners. Well, when he first started out in big leagues, he was with the Chicago Cubs. Mm-hmm. Still remember like it was yesterday going to see Jamie Moyer pitch his first start with the Cubs. What does opening day mean to you, Paul?
I think you nailed it with it being a fresh opportunity. As I know, I'm decked in a team that's got high expectations this year, but it's anything can happen over a baseball season, and I think that it's kind of a weird. I don't know about allegory, but similar to life in that way, where you're going to go through a lot of ups and downs in a baseball season, mm-hmm. and your life's going to go through a lot of ups and downs throughout the baseball season. And we all had such a great ride last year with the Mariners, and that's what it's all about. But you talk about your dad, and I think a lot of kids and dads, moms. That's what I remember too. My dad taking me to the ballpark a couple of times we played hooky and skipped school to go down and enjoy it once the spring baseball season ended for high school sports. I mean, why do I still follow the Rockies? Yeah. It's my connection to my dad and to where I come from. Yeah. I mean, there's just every new season is special, but baseball's opening day.
Yeah.
It just has this atmosphere and everything around it because the possibilities are endless.
Before I get to you, Nick, I just want to complain. You know, I feel like the older I get, the more I just find something to complain about. I used to say this about my dad, too. It was always something that he would find to complain about something. Here's my complaint. Because and I blame you, Paul. Paul, sometimes you say things and you just make me think about it. I don't want first pitch at 7:10 p.m.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. On a Tuesday or a Thursday, too?
Come on now. Let me get this afternoon game right here. Do you know what it meant to me as a kid when you didn't go to school? Something about a baseball game on top of missed school was that much sweeter.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that. So am I cool to complain about this?
Oh, yeah. No,
okay.
I think,
like 7:10?
At least we get the spotlight maybe, but no, I'm with you. I think,
come on.
Well, there's teams that don't even play today either. You know, so there's teams that if they don't have first pitch until tomorrow. So I'm a big believer. I think opening day should be every team, same time.
And you think about even if you're looking on the other side, the Cleveland fans, that game doesn't start over there till 9, 10 o'clock. So
10 o'clock,
they're going to have
first
a
pitch.
late opening night this evening. But going back to, Paul, you were mentioning playing hooky for going to opening day and all that. I refer back to when we had the discussion about the Super Bowl being a holiday. Opening day should be a holiday too. We should all just be getting the day off or the day after off so everybody can have a chance to celebrate, especially when the game is this late at night. I mean, I remember past years with the Mariners, they had opening day. I loved it when it was 3:40, 4 o'clock, something like that in the middle of the afternoon. But when you got a game this late at night, I feel like just to get the fans fully involved, you got to be giving them a day off, for just as a holiday kind of vibe.
Oh, guess what? My daughter used to live in Cleveland. She doesn't live in Cleveland anymore. But in Cleveland, they give them the day off of school.
Really?
On their opening day. Yeah.
Well, Cincinnati,
they need to be doing that nationally.
Man, that needs to be a thing. Why escape it? Why run from it? It's okay. All right. Again, I hope to see some of you all at the game. And somebody just texts in. Who is this? Joel in Big Lake says, G predicts that the Mariners will win the Super Bowl. Joel, you got me. You're right. I said on Seattle's Morning News this morning.
That'd be a first.
I said, the Mariners going to win the Super Bowl. That's, to me, thinking about football way too much. Here we go. The state of Washington, shocker, are ranked top in the nation right now. They're in uncharted territories. Statewide diesel. As a matter of fact, one of you all text me. It was last week, and you said to me, hey, G, watch for the diesel prices. Those are getting ready to rise really fast. Well, whoever you were right. Statewide diesel average hit a record. $6.53 a gallon. That's an all-time, not a spike. That's an all-time record. Seattle is at $6.67 and Tacoma is at $6.71. Only California is higher. The national average for diesel right now is $5.37. Now, I know people are hearing that, and there's somebody, probably would have been me, that probably would have said, hey, it's cool. I don't drive diesel. I have gas, so it's not really my problem. Well, let me tell you something. When you and if you see diesel, it is at a higher cost. It's all of our problems. Diesel absolutely runs a lot of things. There's somebody listening right now that's in the big rig, that's driving right now. Those trucks, yes, the trucks that bring your groceries, the trucks that bring equipment maybe to your house, that bring equipment to Home Depot. So when you go to Home Depot and you have that honey-do list to do, and you go to Home Depot and you realize, oh my goodness, why are the prices getting so high? That's what happens. So when these diesel prices hit these record highs this way, it doesn't just hit you at the pump. It will hit you other places. So as annoying as it is, it really is the truth about what goes on. So watch out for that. Gas Buddies Patrick DeHaan told KIRO News Radio the impact, obviously also on farmers, could be catastrophic. CBS's Jason Allen is in Dallas, and he spoke with the farmer contending with high diesel prices.
Farmer Chris Goodwin says diesel has more than doubled in price since his last fuel delivery 2 months ago.
When those fuel prices go up, that doesn't mean we get to pass that on to who we're selling to, because those prices are set by the markets, not by us.
But at some point in the process of the industry you're in, does that extra cost for everybody end up getting passed down to the consumer?
It's all going to get passed down to the consumer.
I'm curious. Text in 888-973-5476. So far in the last week or so, what's the highest amount that you have paid at the pump? What's it been? Well, Paul, you're on a bike, so that doesn't affect you. But your wife is in the car. What she paid?
I think the most that we've paid lately, I think I filled up over when I got back in town about $5.50. I think.
Okay, you hit the $5.50. Okay,
yeah, we're at the mid fives over in Ballard, where we're at for sure.
Okay, Nick, what's happening?
Yesterday was the first time I just paid $5 a gallon, and I got the 10-cent discount too. So it would be $5.10 if I didn't get that. Fred Meyer near my neighborhood is supposed to be on the cheap end, but man, first time I ever paid $5 a gallon, near $70 to fill my tank.
Well, as you guys know, I did that stopped off at that Shell over in Des Moines, right there off of 272nd, and I paid. It was for regular. It was $6.17. So yeah, it's gonna get expensive. Speaking of gas, I want to take this one topic because something stood out to me. You guys heard about? You guys know United Airlines. Well, right now, United Airlines has warned that it may have to hike fares 20% if the spike in oil prices continue due to the Iran war if they don't come down soon. Most major airlines hedge against volatility in oil prices, but analyst Doug Flynn tells News Nation this.
It's usually only for so long and only a certain percentage. They probably aren't going to pay for all of the hedging that it would take to do this crazy 50 to 100% rise. That probably wasn't out there in their outlook to do it.
Now, here's what stands out to me. Usually you hear the experts, the analysts, people who do this for a living, and they'll tell you, hey, you need to make sure you got that trip coming up, that spring break. Well, that spring break's already is here right now. Some of you guys are going through that. But you got those summer plans, right? They would tell you, hey, go ahead, get those tickets now because we predict this is going to happen. The CEO of United Airlines, Scott Kirby, literally said it himself. He didn't hide behind it. He didn't say. He is warning right now that ticket prices could jump as much as 20%. Because he's saying right now that jet fuel, for them, their costs have shot up more than 70% because of what's going on and what's happening globally. Now, I know that this is a time to, maybe so you can get the sweet deal, get the deal, and go ahead and buy the tickets. But something stood out to me because in this article, they also talked about what you should do. And I don't know what you all do and which strategies you have. And maybe you text those in because all different airlines are different. But one of the things they talked about and one of the recommendations was to avoid basic economy. You know how sometimes or the saver, sometimes you go and you buy these tickets and you buy them at the lowest price. I'm going to get the cheapest one. But you're kind of locked into that cheapest one. If you don't go on that trip, you lose out, right? Maybe some airlines might say, hey, we won't refund you, but we'll give you a travel credit. That can happen as well. So in this, they're telling you avoid basic economy. And then what we want you to do is book main economy so that you can rebook if the prices go down. So text us right now. I would love to see if you all have any hacks to this. But when I look at that and I'm saying, and have you all noticed that when you go to book a flight, and I don't know when you've gone on the plane last, but have you noticed the games that's being played, the amount of money that they are charging you? So usually back in the day, you buy a ticket, you get on a plane and you go. Or you buy first class, you get on a plane and you go. Now it's like, hey, there's your ticket, but then you go to pick your seat, and when you pick your seat, it's like, hey, you want to sit in the exit row? That's about $47. You want to sit a little bit in front of that? Oh, that's about $65. You want to sit in business class? Oh, that's $120. By the way, the prices be random. That's $127. But there seems to be like this game that's being played. It's the game within the game when you get ready to book your flight. You constantly have to upcharge the people. And get this, I just wish we could just go back to where it used to be, but I get it. It's not like they can put more seats on the plane to make more money. So I think they make more money by charging you. Where do you want to sit? You want to sit close to the lavatory, next to the bathroom? Okay, that's $0. You can sit back there, middle seat. Yeah, you can have that. But if you don't want to sit there and you want to sit a little bit further up, just a little bit, okay, $27.
Don't forget about them bag fees as well. Remember how much stuff you used to be able to take on a plane?
Hey, I'm going to tell y'all when I knew we were in trouble. When Southwest, anybody fly Southwest? When Southwest, who used to have the commercial, bags fly free, when they stopped the bags fly free, I knew then we was in trouble. All right, good stuff. Hey, again, I gave you guys a homework assignment. the Drewski Conservative Women sketch. I need you to watch that because we're going to be talking about that at 9:47. But up next, Gen Z. Nick, anytime I get to talk about Gen Z, it's good.
Oh, here we go.
Gen Z does something that most people don't. And we'll see if this can help us all. Next, Gee Ursula.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99 now at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Major financial decisions deserve education, not pressure. Madrona Financial and CPAs host live seminars and online webinars throughout the year to help you make informed, confident choices. Their tax return treasure hunt discusses how to uncover planning opportunities potentially hidden inside your own tax return. Growing Her Wealth addresses the financial transitions many women face and how to prepare for them thoughtfully and confidently. 7 steps to a successful retirement. Well, this one outlines a practical framework for building income strategies intended to support retirement spending needs. And landlord exit strategies takes a clear look at whether holding, selling, or restructuring your rental properties makes sense long term. You can attend in person or join online from home. To see the full schedule, visit MadronaFinancial.com or call 833-673-7373.
This is a paid advertisement. Investments involve risk. See full disclosures at MadronaFinancial.com.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical, there's no beating CM Heating.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee.
Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most.
That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connects to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Families across Western Washington voted Aegis Living Best Senior Living, and Seniorly ranked them #1 in America. See why. Schedule a tour today at aegisliving.com. That's aegisliving.com, and get a special take-home gift. Aegis Living. This must be the place.
Hartley here from Wilcox Farms. For over 100 years, my family's been committed to doing what's right. At Wilcox Family Farms, that means caring for our hens with healthy pasture environments and a diet of organic grains and flax seeds. It's how we produce eggs that are wholesome, flavorful, and good for you. Next time you're at an egg case in your local store, we hope you feel good about choosing Wilcox eggs. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Underestimating the trucking industry is one of the biggest mistakes I see victims and other lawyers make. Trucking companies have an army of lawyers and experts who act quickly after an accident to protect the company. Only an experienced trucking accident lawyer can navigate the complicated federal and state laws to protect your rights. If you or a loved one has been injured in a trucking accident, call Davis Law Group today for a free consultation or get my free book on trucking accident law at washingtonaccidentbooks.com.
Hi, Sarah here with Safeway. We're proud to partner with Champions of Change co-founder Doug Baldwin to help nourish Washington students through the Nourishing Champions program.
Thanks, Sarah. And here's the reality. Every day, students across our state are staying after school for extracurriculars on empty stomachs, and some of them don't know where their next meal will come from. Food insecurity is reaching crisis levels, and the impact on our youth will extend far beyond this moment. The good news is that there's an answer in the federally funded after-school meals programs. But right now, Washington schools' participation is very low, reaching only 2% of the students who qualify.
That's where Nourishing Champions comes in. We're offering grants that not only fund food, but also resource and training support for the schools to offer an after-school meal program for years to come.
Our goal is to reach 10,000 more students in the first year of these grants and then grow from there. School staff can learn more and apply today at championsofchangefoundation.org and navigating to the Nourishing Champions tab. That's championsofchangefoundation.org and click on the Nourishing Champions tab.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. President Donald Trump is warning Iran should accept defeat and a deal to end the war before it's too late.
Of course they negotiated. They've been obliterated. Who wouldn't negotiate? They are begging to make a deal. We'll see if we can make the right deal.
At a cabinet meeting this morning, he addressed oil prices sent spiraling up by the conflict.
It's all going to come back down to where it was and probably lower. And my predictions have been right. Trump was right about everything. They have a new hat. Trump was right about everything.
Washington just set an all-time record for diesel prices. AAA says the statewide average hit $6.53 a gallon yesterday. The national average, $5.37. So Washington has now passed the national all-time record, too. Only California is paying more. Unleaded is also climbing toward record territory at $5.30 statewide and $5.51 a gallon in King County. Washington's Pramila Jayapal is one of two congressional Democrats introducing a bill trying to block funding for military action in Cuba. The president has hinted about U.S. involvement in Cuba over the last month. And former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife are set to appear in a Manhattan court this morning. This will be their first pretrial hearing since their capture in January. Both are facing drug charges. We all need a bit of hope in our day. Here's a story about a fifth-grade hero from Minneapolis.
When the shots rang out at Annunciation Catholic School and Church, 10-year-old Victor Greenwald protected a classmate.
My friend Victor, saved me, though, because he laid on top of me, but he got hit.
Victor spent several days in the hospital. The Congressional Medal of Honor Society has awarded Victor a Citizen Honor Award.
His instinct to protect rather than flee speaks volumes about his character, his compassion, and his bravery.
His principal and mother were featured in a video during the award ceremony.
He's the man.
So proud of him.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
And it's Mariners opening day, of course. In about 2 weeks, the entrance to the ballpark is going to look a little bit different with a bronze statue of Hall of Famer Ichiro Suzuki going in, joining Ken Griffey Jr. and Edgar Martinez. Let's get a check on your traffic. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic, and it is bad. Linwood to Bellevue on 405 is 100 minutes. That's because the right lane of southbound 405 just north of 520 in Kirkland is blocked because of a collision. Incident response and State Patrol are on the scene, so there's lights and sirens, distractions, plan for delays there. That makes Bothell to Bellevue 59 minutes still at this point. Renton to Bellevue, compare that in the northbound direction, 31 minutes. Linwood to Seattle is just 46 minutes, so times are ticking down through Seattle, which will relieve some of the pressure on our alternate routes. We did see some delays on 99 and 509. Federal Way to Seattle is 46 minutes now. We are seeing some odd slowing I-5 northbound through Midway, and it looks like there might be a collision there. It's not a very thick backup, just a little bit of a slowdown. And 167 through leading into Kent It appears that there's a collision backing it up between right before 5:16. This report is brought to you by KIRO Newsradio. We are going to stay dry the rest of today, even see some sun. Partly cloudy tomorrow with a high of 56. It's 39 degrees in downtown Seattle right now. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Homework assignment. That's right, 9:47, we need to talk. You got to go look up that Drewski skit. The conservative woman sketch. We'll be talking about that at 9:47. But right now, how do you determine and/or decide if you're going to eat at that restaurant that you've never been to? Well, a new national study shows that Gen Z, that they trust customer reviews of products over influencer endorsements. The 2026 Gen Z brand credibility study conducted by Waller looked at 2,000 consumers and showed that nearly 3/4, 72% of Gen Z say that customer reviews are the most credible influence when engaging with a brand. The findings show that younger audiences now place greater emphasis on third-party validation such as independent research, expert opinion, and peer reviews when evaluating those brands. Customer reviews ranked as the most trusted source of information at 72%, while independent research and surveys, along with expert opinions, tied to and for second, being around 68% for most influential factors for Gen Z. News articles ranked fourth overall at 58%. By contrast, when Gen Z consumers were asked about brand originating content, levels of trust were significantly lower. Brand advertising and brand social media ranked below independent sources of information at 57%, while influencer content was in seventh place at 55%. PR stunts, campaigns, and branded activations all fell around 46%, being considered even less credible by Gen Z. Overall, the study clearly showed that younger audiences prefer authentic perspectives, reviews, or interpretations from authentic sources over polished or financially motivated influencer content. When you all hear that, does that surprise you? And do you go off of what a social media influencer says about that new place of business or restaurant? Or are you like Gen Z, where 72% of them say that customer reviews are the credible influence? Now, before I weigh in too tough, I got 3 young folks that's sitting around me, and I get to ask. Paul, I'm going to start off with you.
I don't necessarily like influencers, maybe of like, oh, hey, here's a spot to try out for a restaurant, maybe, but I don't know. I go more to traditional reviews and kind of looking around. I like to see things in the more traditional media as well, because influencers are just, while they can be a boom or a bust, I trust a critic more, I guess, like someone that's got more of a reputation. If you're just an influencer that's like, hey, I love this place, let's go check out this place, like, all right, great. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't necessarily mean like I hold your opinion in very high regard. What I actually really like about this study and something that actually really encourages me about this is the part where it's talking about Gen Z looking to go for third-party validation, independent research, expert opinion, peer reviews when evaluating brands, because that's so important for all of these things. You shouldn't just settle at one review or one influencer anyway. Yeah. Maybe it opens the door and gives you an idea to go try a place out and maybe somewhere you haven't seen before. Yeah. But when it comes to reviews, especially for like tech or something, a big purchase I might buy, I'm looking at multiple reviews, not just one influencer or something.
Ella,
like
what you doing?
Okay, my first thought when I read this was about like clothes and things. Mm-hmm. I feel like, or makeup, for me personally, I feel like influencers are getting paid to say good things about these like certain products or brands. Mm-hmm. And so I'm so skeptical because I just have this fear that I'm going to get it and it's not going to be what I really wanted just because they were telling me something. Right. So I always look at like someone else's review who isn't getting paid to say it. And if it's good, great. I like to see a couple of those before I make that purchase. But Yeah, I'm skeptical.
Nick, what you doing?
Well, you go back to the point that she made about, feeling like you're being paid to make an opinion about it. And I don't even think this should be a young person kind of stigma where you're looking at a concession or, a consensus of opinions when you're going through reviews and a group of people having the same kind of thought and the overall, dislike or like. But when you look at one person, to me, it just feels like an infomercial where they're trying to push their opinion onto you to make it seem like that is what the reality is rather than it's just what they think about it. If you just look at everyone as a whole and see the average, 5, 4, 3, 2 stars, I think that's just it's more accurate for what you're trying to look for.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to the restaurants, let me tell you something. All these peer reviews and research and all this, it ain't that serious for me. That's number one. But number two, I got to say, my wife, that's what she does. Like, it's hilarious to me. Like she does some type of research paper almost where she is going through all of what they said and all this and comparings and all that. Like she has this, I feel like she's got a spreadsheet. She does way too much for me. But I will say the one thing that really stands out to me is basically how Gen Z, who I'd say you guys are the most social media influencers in the world, is crazy to me because Gen Z, I agree. The social media influencer on that restaurant, on those clothes, does absolutely nothing for me. As a matter of fact, if I first see this based on a social media influencer, I immediately go to being, okay, what's this about? Now, if it's a restaurant, now where's it at, right? Like, let's just say it's a new restaurant in downtown Seattle. Okay. Has it been there a while? How long has it been there? What's the reviews look like? Oh, it's new. It's only been there for like a couple months. I'll wait. I like to wait then. But there's not a lot of new stuff that comes up now. There might be some situations where there's a restaurant that's going to be opening. I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to that deal. But for some reason, the social media influencer, it doesn't do it for me. So what does that mean? What does that say? If it doesn't do it for folks my age, Gen X, and Gen Z is basically saying, nah, we want authentic reviews, what is the life of the social media influencer going forward then? I'm a little nervous. Okay. A lot of you guys have done your homework. You guys are already texting in. You guys are like, hey, gee, I saw the video, and you're letting me know. So if you didn't, coming up next at 10:06, here's what's going to happen. Not at 10:06. Up next at 9:47, we do need to talk about the Drewski Conservative Woman sketch. If you haven't seen it, go check it out, and then we'll discuss it next. Gee Ursula.
The NBA takes its biggest step yet to bringing the Sonics back to Seattle.
The NBA Board of Governors has officially greenlit a deeper look at expansion to Seattle.
KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey has been following this.
Amanda, what a huge story for the city.
Speculation is that it's going to be 28, 29 that season.
Stay plugged into the very latest at mynorthwest.com.
I'm super excited for the jobs, the restaurants.
And KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
We are on a magic carpet ride.
When it comes to buying a car, who you buy it from matters a lot. And that is why we always choose Carter Subaru. And right now they're having their Subaru A Lot to Love event. And if you are wondering why I say, well, we are repeat customers, it's because what keeps us loyal is not just their great cars. It's the people who work there. You're not going to face any pressure. You're not going to get the runaround. You are going to be dealing with a wonderful team that treats their customers with respect every single time. I also love the fact that they are so committed to our community. Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealership. They also have the largest selection in our state with over 700 Subarus in stock. Right now, you can get the 2026 Subaru Solterra, now available with 0% APR for 72 months on approved credit. Carter Subaru in Shoreline or Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 3/31/26.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return, but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
High five! Up top!
Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Jason Rance here with our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. So, Greg, not all tax resolution companies are the same. There are some that are definitely not local. There are others that don't quite know what they're doing even.
Well, I tell you, these ads that all of us hear, Fresh Start program, they make you feel like, hey, man, I can just easy peasy get my taxes written off. No. And I've had several clients actually come to me after going through that process, and they just get no response after a while. They're passed around from person to person. That doesn't happen at my firm.
You are familiar with the cases that come in. You're working on them.
I'm familiar with every case that comes into our office. And I know what's going on and have the ability to really advise our taxpayers very well on what to do.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, then call Greg Nunn. None Better Tax Resolution, from stress to success with IRS Solutions. 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
With Aetna, I always get a quick answer, and I don't have to search on the internet. They go above and beyond to help me with whatever I need.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a Best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when requested. We show up with access to convenient care options. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Oh, it's opening day. And where is Luke Ducey? Well, he shows up. KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey joins us. He was at the ballpark today. He's got all kinds of stuff that he's going to be talking about. And did you guys hear about Meta and YouTube? They were found liable about some things. Oh, we're going to be talking about that coming up at 10:06. But right now, did you do your homework assignment? And here's how I know that this segment is very anticipated. My good buddy Sarah, she's listening. She's ready to hear it. Paul, my own producer, is like, during the break, he's like, Gee, I don't know what you're going to be doing this segment. So I said, oh, okay. Well, if you haven't heard and you didn't do your homework assignment, let me get to it. Comedian Drewski has gone viral again. Now, after his latest sketch on how conservative women in America act was posted on social media yesterday. So I'll play a little bit of it. Here's a clip of him acting as a conservative woman, according to him, giving at a press conference.
War is raging in Iran.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
how about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is
And then he's also mentioning that he's serving a righteous God, and while staring right into the camera.
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
I serve a righteous God. And that is why we say our prayers. And we are all his children. But when I say children, I mean like the holy, blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible.
And then he says that we need to protect men, especially certain ones.
We have to protect all men in America, especially all white men in America. Those are the boys that we care about in this country. America is built on their backs. Yes, because they are the ones who mattered most.
Now, I saw this skit yesterday, and I don't think I mess up, and I send Paul a lot of stuff through text messages, and if you all don't know, I'm up at 3-something in the morning, so I think I emailed him this, and this was the first one that I put words to. I was on my phone before I even got out of bed, and I was putting my thoughts about this. First, this is awful. This is absolutely awful. It's not good at all. Now, I'll be honest with y'all. Maybe about, maybe 10 years ago. I wouldn't even say 10 years ago. Maybe pre-COVID. You know, I'm not the same person as I used to be. So I probably would have laughed. And I probably would have laughed. And my laughing, in my opinion, would have come from ignorance and not seeing the bigger picture with things. Look, I'm not even an Erica Kirk fan, but there's a couple things that don't sit right with me. First of all, whatever your opinion is of Charlie Kirk, there used to be decorum in this country. There used to be decorum on how the right things to do. Her husband hasn't even been gone a year. That's pretty fresh. So no matter what, this is still real life. I still believe in, all bets are off. You've never heard me mention Erica Kirk on this show. And there's been plenty of things recently where I could have brought that to the air. I don't touch that. And out of all the people to do this skit, in my opinion, pick somebody else to do it. You could have done that, but you shouldn't have done that one. Second, and this part right here, this is the biggest one for me. This is the one when I was on X yesterday, and as soon as I saw it, it was the first thing that stood out to me, and I said, oh boy. And this is one of those things I wish my father were here today, because there were things when I was younger that I would do, and my father disagreed with it, and I didn't understand. And that was because a lot of times he could see down the road, and I wasn't able to do that. Because the second thing that he does right here is what he is going to leave open for the future. This is a dangerous precedent right here. When you normalize this kind of impersonation, did we not talk about blackface and how awful that was? It was wrong. It should not, and it still should not happen. But I can see it now. Now you're going to open the door for others to do this. This is going to end up with people saying, oh, Oh, okay. So if you guys can do that, let me show you this. Now, I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but this is a dangerous lane to go in. I want to say, the G about 10 years ago, maybe, yeah, I probably laugh, ha-ha, scared, ha-ha. But the current one sees two things. One, sometimes you got to read the room. And the room right now in our country, in our society, this ain't it. Now, you're going to get a lot of views, both positive and negative. And you know what they say, good or bad, it's still good publicity. So, yeah, sure. As a matter of fact, we got a lot of people in this country that are making a lot of money while doing awful things. And it feels like the more awful they are, the more money that they make. This is why I subscribe to this. It's better to do right and make less than do wrong and make more. And that should apply to everybody. So nah, I wasn't feeling that skit at all. Coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, Luke Ducey is going to join the show. Opening day is today, Mariners, and he was down at the ballpark. We'll check in with Luke next. Gee and Ursula.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO Newsradio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app.
Hartley Wilcox here. For over 100 years, my family has been committed to doing what's right. We believe food should be honest and wholesome. At Wilcox Farms, that starts with caring for our hens. They roam healthy pastures and enjoy a diet of organic grains and flaxseed. Why does that matter? Because what hens eat determines the quality of the eggs you eat. Our nature-first approach means vibrant golden yolks, richer flavor, and higher omega-3s for your family's health. When you choose Wilcox, you're not just buying eggs. You're supporting a farm that values animal welfare, sustainability, and community. It's real nutrition, real care, and real value. So next time you're at the egg case, look for Wilcox Family Farms eggs. Taste the difference that starts with what our hens eat. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and, of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Download the KIRO Newsradio app, where you can watch us live or stream us live anywhere, anytime.
How would this initiative, whatever this initiative is, how would he fund it?
Stay connected everywhere. Download the KIRO Newsradio app.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-269-3454. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-269-3454 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-269-3454 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-269-3454.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Trump insists Iran is begging to make a deal to end the war.
President Trump says he taunted the media this week by saying Iran, as he put it, has given us a present. Today, the president revealed what he meant.
They said to show you the fact that we're real and solid and we're there. We're going to let you have 8 boats of oil, 8 boats, 8 big boats of oil. This was 2 days ago. And they'll sail up tomorrow.
Trump said he viewed this as a show of good faith.
Well, I guess we'll deal with the right people.
Earlier, Iran denied talks were underway, and the White House press secretary rejected reports that the U.S. had presented Iran with a 15-point peace plan. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Former Venezuelan President Maduro and his wife are in a New York courtroom looking to have their drug trafficking indictments thrown out. CBS's Anna Schechter.
He is essentially arguing that this is all made up. And if you look at the charging documents, there's this incredible narrative. It almost reads like a novel where you're looking at narco-terrorism, cartels, an incredibly corrupt government with him at the top. And they're trying to make the case that he actually directed the cartels and therefore should be held accountable for this narco-terrorism.
Well, senators intend to vote today on a proposal to end the TSA pay crisis. It's expected to fail. CBS's Nicole Skanga is at Bush Airport, where security lines are long.
Here in Houston, wait times have regularly exceeded 4 hours. At least 24 reinforcements, members of TSA's rapid response team arriving today.
AAA says a gallon of regular gas now costs an average of $3.98, $1 more than a month ago. CBS's Jason Allen says it's affecting some livelihoods.
On his lunch break and after work, Phil Hampton earns extra cash for his family of 6, delivering food near Dallas through DoorDash.
And this is something you and the family depend on, right?
Exactly.
So when you have a gas price hike like this, that's cutting into your wallet, that's cutting into your own family's well-being.
Exactly. It got to the point where I was like, how much should I actually be doing this at all?
Transgender women athletes are now excluded from the Olympics after the IOC agreed to a new eligibility policy. IOC President Kirsty Coventry.
I understand that this is a very sensitive topic. As a former athlete, I passionately believe in the rights of all Olympians to take part in fair competition.
Trying to make sense of her mom's disappearance, Savannah Guthrie tells NBC's Today Show.
She's my mom, and somebody thought, oh, that girl, that lady has money.
This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at JTV.com.
We're going to go straight to traffic because we've had a really rough go all morning on 405 southbound Linwood to Bellevue. We are at 81 minutes now, and that is a lot better than we were even a half hour ago. It looks like we're clearing that collision. The right lane of southbound 405 had been blocked at 520 in Kirkland, and we'll check more on that throughout the morning. We did have an issue on northbound 167 just north of South 277th in Kent. A collision was blocking the right lane. That's what was accounting for that really slow traffic there. That has now cleared. There is now a new issue on 167 northbound. It's just south of 405, a collision blocking the center lane, and we're seeing quite a thick backup south of that. 405 S-curves. It looks like we've got a collision right at the top of the S-curves that's creating an additional pressure there. Still, Renton to Bellevue, 26 minutes. So there's a lot less volume this time of day. Linwood to Seattle on I-5, 45 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle,
27 minutes. This report brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance. Last year was one of the hottest on record. Get efficient heating and cooling with a Home Comfort Alliance heat pump for the price of AC. Don't wait. Visit homecomfortalliance.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Jillian Raftery. High hopes for Mariners on opening day.
From the way, swinging a line shot, caught by Naylor at first. He'll step on the bag to double up Ernie Clement. What a play by Josh Naylor.
And, of course, they're coming off arguably their best season ever and the closest they've ever come to playing in the World Series. They played the Cleveland Guardians at T-Mobile Park with first pitch at 7:10 p.m. Luke Ducey will have a whole lot more coming up on the Gee and Ursula Show. And the Seahawks planning an 80,000-square-foot expansion of their space at the VMAC in Renton. The addition would go on the east side facing I-405. Construction could start this summer and wrap up by fall of 2028. The principal of a small-town school district rocked by a teacher rape investigation has been put on leave. PE teacher Daniel Bubar was arrested earlier this month. King County Sheriff's deputies say he groomed and repeatedly raped a student over 2 years. Investigators say multiple staff members expressed concerns about their relationship, but the district put out a statement saying they had no knowledge of abuse until an arrest was made. During Wednesday's meeting, the school board voted to remove Superintendent Dr. Destry Jones, pending an outside investigation. And a woman who survived a brutal stabbing near Redmond Town Center is out of the hospital.
On January 24th, someone attacked Judith Walker from behind on the Bear Creek Trail, stabbing her multiple times. She spent the last 2 months at Harborview. On Tuesday, she was out of the hospital, and she and her family visited the Redmond Police Department to thank officers, first responders, and the person who called 911 for saving her life. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Now checking your weather forecast, we're going to have sun and clouds for the rest of the day. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high of 56. It's 39 degrees in downtown Seattle right now. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy opening day. Yes, that's right. It is opening day. Ursula is going to be out today. Hopefully she's maybe back tomorrow. Nick is here. Of course, Paul is here and Ella is here as well. We got a full show for you. Coming up here pretty soon, we're going to be having Luke Ducey. He was over at T-Mobile Ballpark. We're going to ask him all kinds of questions. Also, side note, Luke Ducey used to be a part of a crew. He got let go. I'll tell you about that here in a second as well. But Paul, before we get to the news, we just did it. We just came off a segment. You guys know, if you want to hear all the show, listen to the podcast. At the end of the show, my man Nick will have it up and ready. Paul, there's a lot of mixed reviews. There's a lot of people on my whole take on that Drewski skit. Question. Where did you think I was going to go on that skit, Paul?
I thought I thought you were going to go either. I actually thought you ended up going the way I assumed, because I knew you were going to have a comment, mostly because I know you're not the biggest fan of that comedian due to his
JSN,
his butchering of a certain all-star wide receivers.
I thought you were going to give him retribution, but it was going the other way around.
That was the other. I was sitting there saying, "Is this going to be G turning the page?" But no, I'm not. But not too surprised.
But there's some people that text in and they were surprised too. And then there was some people saying, "Oh, G, are you defending?" Oh yeah. Anyways. I'm happy that you listened either way. That's how I love you guys. All right. My good buddy who was kicked out of a crew just recently joins us now. Now, believe it or not, today is the day, opening day for the Mariners, and the expectations are already sky high after last season's deep playoff run all the way to Game 7 of the ALCS. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey was at T-Mobile Ballpark bright and early this morning. He's back in studio, hat backwards, ready to tell us about tonight's big game. Luke!
Hey, it's good to be here. It's good to be back in the studio where it's warm. I'll tell you that first.
Okay.
It was freezing in the stadium.
Was it?
Yeah, it's cold. If you're going to the game, bundle up.
Yeah.
Bundle up. I'm telling you, overdress because you're going to be cold just sitting there. But I gotta tell you, the field looked perfect. Gee, they opened the roof about an hour ago. Blue skies. I mean, it was incredible. There was a buzz in the stadium, even though there were no fans there.
Come on now, tell us.
There was a buzz. I'm telling you, a little different opening day experience with media than past years. The Mariners really rolled out all the good stuff for us. It was pretty cool. They turned the lights on. They got the jumbotrons on. They even made us coffee. I was smelling hot dogs cooking somewhere all morning, and I thought, are they going to feed us like hot dogs? They didn't.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd had that for breakfast, but
Luke, did you see that big TV, man, that they talking about? They got the new Fire TV that's supposed to be a jumbotron, some big one.
Yes, and there was they didn't. Did they have that on? They probably did.
Okay,
but they had. I saw a big Fire TV sign up there.
Okay,
yeah, it's out near. What section is it? I don't remember. It's out in the outfield.
Okay,
it's pretty cool. They also. I wanted to play this soundbite for you. A couple of them. They brought in some lucky fans as well. What are fans doing getting up at 5 a.m, coming to the ballpark to talk with all of us? But it was so cool. The Mariners brought them in. They were so excited to be there. This is Norb, and he was excited for all of us. And I think I can play his sound. Let me see.
Here with the lights on and the paint, and it's just all fresh and new. It's just the start of the baseball season. It's just there's something romantic and exciting about baseball, and it's just it's such a long season. But that first day, nothing beats opening day, except maybe going to a World Series.
Yeah, instead of maybe going to a World Series would top it. But I kind of like that. Something romantic about the whole thing. But check this out as well. There's so much new stuff down there at the stadium. Yeah. They also, the Mariners, rolled out. They started coming out with this clothes rack. What was going on? What's that all about? Yeah. They brought out the new merch for the season to show us all.
Come on now.
Yeah, I've got video on social media of this. The Mariners' Renee Stye explained to me they have more cool stuff, but more items for children and women this year than they've ever had before.
We want to focus on kids. Obviously, every generation, we want them to grow up Mariners fans. We've really made an effort for our women's program just because we want every type of body, every type of shape, every type of style to find what they want.
Love to hear that. That's so cool. We want to get all the fans in there and have stuff for everyone as well.
Yeah.
They also have, and I think you and I should buy these matching, perhaps. I'm just saying that.
Steelhead?
New Steelheads jerseys.
Yeah.
I want one. I saw it. I'm going to buy it. My wife is out of town. She's flying back. I'm going to get one before she gets back because I need another jersey. I need a hole in the head. But this one was really cool. They're going to wear those every Sunday home game, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Let's stay on the jerseys.
Sure.
So, full transparency, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret.
How many do you have?
I don't like jerseys.
Really?
No, I feel weird when I wear jerseys. I like to wear. You guys notice I don't come in here. Matter of fact, there's only one jersey that I have right now, and that's the JSN jersey. Huh. And but yeah, I don't wear the jersey. So with the Steelhead stuff, did they have any other? I know they had hats. Did they have anything else besides jerseys on the Steelhead?
Really cool jackets, because I know you kind of like those too.
Let's go.
Yes, and I'll show you video a little bit later. I've got it.
Oh, they got the jackets.
They have a Steelhead. Yes, and it was cool looking.
Yeah, I need that.
And it's got on the shoulders, it's got the 50th anniversary patch for the Mariners.
I'm buying it today.
Yeah, I thought about you when I saw it. When I saw it, I thought this is G.
I'm buying
You're right. I've never seen you wear a jersey. Actually,
I don't wear jerseys.
Oh.
Okay, so all right, so they got a bunch of new stuff. Women and kids are going to have a lot more merch there. You can smell the hot dogs. Yeah. There's electric there. If there's one thing that I will say about the Mariners and how they do things, their game day presentation is top notch. Right? You could go hang out at the pen. You can do all kinds of things. And I think that's what happens when you go through some rough seasons. So if the rough seasons are happening, you need to have a fun place to do. That's great. Anything else we need to know about tonight?
They were acting like this was a special season. Like it was different. It's hard to put it. I'm telling you, it was different. Let's talk about the roster a little bit compared to last year.
Okay.
We lost some players, right?
Yeah.
Gino Suarez, Jorge Polanco come to mind, of course. But many say, and a lot of analysts, I've been reading up on a lot of this, they say this team is deeper this year, more consistent of a lineup through the batting order. We're not going to see a lot of home runs like we did with Cal last year, perhaps, but we're going to see them create more scoring situations.
Okay,
for sure. The addition of Brendan Donovan is huge. Perfect example of their what they're doing here. Getting deeper players that can play second and third base. He's reliable. And think about this, especially when it comes to Julio. I think they have been there, done that. They went to the ALCS, so it's not new to them anymore. They've got that experience. Yeah. They got a taste for it.
Yeah,
and they're hungry. You want to talk about food real fast, or do you want to talk about one other thing? Because there's a new challenge system too. Which one do you want to talk about?
Okay. Let's say the food for last. Okay, because I like food. Here we go. What you got? There's a new challenge thing? What's the challenge thing all about?
So remember last year we all got used to the pitch count. You get the counter and the pitchers, you got to hurry up and pitch. Well, this year you're going to see something new, and you can practice if you're listening, because there's going to be a point here where you can play along and practice. There is a new challenge system this year. Each team will get 2 challenges per game to try and overturn an umpire's call if they didn't think it was a ball or didn't think it was a strike. A
ball or strike now?
Yeah, challenge. You can challenge it. You only get 2 a game. The only players that can challenge are a pitcher, catcher, or a batter. Apparently the Mariners are not going to allow their pitchers to challenge. They said do not challenge the calls because they're pretty far away from the plate.
Okay.
A batter can also challenge, and here's how you do a challenge. So you'll see this in a game. All you do is you tap your helmet or your hat twice, just like that. So you'll see it right away. If they get a pitch they don't like, batter will tap his hat twice, and they'll stop the game. And it's really kind of instantaneous, the review. But then they go and they challenge that. And, if you lose, you lose. If you win, then you retain that challenge for later on in the game. So that's kind of cool.
Last year, was it 2 or last year was it 1?
This is the first year the automated balls and strike system is in place. So this is the first year that you can challenge other plays, fair or foul ball and a home run.
Was he out at second or something like that?
Was he out? Exactly. But this is the first time you can challenge balls and strikes.
Yeah. Strike. No way. That was way outside. I'm challenging
Now, Luke, I know you're a reporter.
Yep.
Do you like this?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right.
I do. I don't want computers or robots to take over the game, but
they're getting close.
They're getting close.
This is a segue.
But think about how many plays we had in the postseason, especially last year, where they're like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
Or you had that moment where USA Baseball in the World Baseball Classic. I can't remember who they were playing. Who they playing?
They got away with that one against the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. Dominican Republic, the last pitch of the game.
Yeah.
That was way low. That would have been a challenge.
Okay, so food, right?
Food.
Because that's important.
I know you like peanuts.
Yes, I do. That's my jam.
We all can't get peanuts from the Diamond Club, though.
Yeah,
like G.
Nick, tell him to get off me, man. Get off me.
Hey, G hooked me up with seats one time. I know where G's sitting.
All right, what you got for us,
Luke? You can get close to free peanuts. On the value menu, they've got a huge long list. I won't go to everything on that value menu. $3 peanuts, $5 hot dogs and beers. But if you want to spend the money on other things, like the big thing this year is going to be these replica plastic Washington State Ferry things where you can put like chips and fish and chips in there. You can put chicken tenders, or you can put it in. Amanda Factor tried this, and she loves. And so same with Mike Salk from our sister station, 710. They love the crab nachos.
I've been hearing about that.
Crab nachos.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, pierogi. Have you ever had a pierogi?
Yes, I have.
They're new. They're here at T-Mobile. It's section I think it's section 132. You can get a pierogi as well. But there are 50 new food items. There's no way to go through all of them, but. Okay, you're not going to go hungry.
Okay, so here's the thing about food, and again, I know. Look, KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey is here, but remember, he's our news reporter. So usually, just so you guys know, and this is kind of rule. These news reporters, like they're reporters, so they can't really ask them questions because they don't want to give their opinion. But I'm going to slide them in like that where I can. When you go to the ballpark, what is your go-to food? Like, because it's peanuts. And then a couple innings later, I'm going to give me a hot dog. I like those. That's baseball food.
Classic.
All the other, I don't even see how you guys can eat some ribs or some pork chops or whatever, the Din Tai Fung and all the fancy stuff. Just keep it simple. What's your favorite food?
You know, I'm kind of with you. I like the classics. You got to have peanuts. You got to throw them on the floor enthusiastically. You got to throw that stuff down.
Yeah.
But I like a good hot dog, absolutely. But I got to, then all of a sudden I see like the sumo dog talking to me with all the Japanese flavors. I was like, oh, that looks, and then sushi. I'm an East Coaster. I grew up on the East Coast, and when I moved here, and I saw you can have sushi at a baseball game.
It's not, dog.
That's awesome.
I'm judging you.
Okay.
If I see, here's the thing though, Luke, you say you would eat sushi at a baseball game, but you walked in here with your hat backwards. I don't believe it. There's no way in the world I can see somebody with their hat backwards eating sushi.
I was trying to promote the. I was trying to.
Okay, my bad. I forgot. I'm not good at that.
I would sit with you and I would have a hot dog and a cold beer and peanuts.
And
all day.
Hold on. Shout out to the sunflower seeds. And there's something about baseball. And if you played baseball, come on now, you know them sunflower seeds. They go down.
You know what I did last year when I did covered opening day?
What's that?
The players love sunflower seeds too, and they spit it out in the dirt. I saw some still. They try to blow them out. This has been a whole off season. They still haven't gotten all the sunflower seeds out of the dirt there.
You got superstitious and you held them in a little paper towel.
Nick remembers I did.
The magic seeds.
I scooped some up and I brought them back. I gave them to David Burbank, our producer. They might be still on his desk. I don't know. In a folded up in a paper thing.
Two things to complain about, and I told Nick and Paul and Ella, they know that I'm a complainer. Here's the first thing I'm going to complain about, but there's something else I didn't complain about. Number one, I'm going to complain about. This should be an afternoon game. I don't like that it's going to be at 7:10, Luke. I mean, come on now. I need a day game. What are we talking about?
You're a purist. You are a purist.
Man, I know. That's what baseball does that to you.
Yep.
There's things in baseball. Here's another thing. Could you imagine watching someone go out there before a ball game and stepping on the white line in the dirt? If I saw you step on the line, it literally is like nails on the chalkboard to watch you. Like if you're not a player before the game starts and you step on the infield, you put your foot right there? No. So there's a lot of things that I'm purist on.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I'm with you. And I will say, I will confess two things that I did this morning at T-Mobile.
What'd you do?
Nothing wrong, but you be the judge. So I got really close to the field because I was getting video, and I had a little camera, and I got really close to the video, and I kind of looked up, then I peered up, and there were two grounds crew people about 10 feet away staring at me.
Heck yes.
Don't step on that white line.
Yeah.
Get away
step
from the
on that white line.
I didn't touch the grass, but I get it. And then the other thing I did was the trident. If you don't know where that is, it's really cool. And they had that out, and they were bringing it and showing everyone. It's down in the dugout. You kind of walk down, like you see some players disappear from the dugout. It's right around the corner, and they've got this mount on the wall, and so you can take it off. And I was looking around, there was no one around.
Yeah.
I hope the Mariners PR team is not listening.
And Luke Ducey just hit a home run, and he's back to the dugout.
I took it off this morning, and you don't know. I thought it was plastic. I don't know how much it weighed. It's got
heavy?
weight. It's heavy. And I immediately went, oh, and my arm sank because I wasn't flexing because I didn't think it was going to be heavy.
Right.
I didn't, but I almost hit the ground with it and almost broke the trident. I thought, what am I doing? I would have blamed it on King 5 or something.
And here's the second thing, and I'm glad that you brought up the grounds crew staring at you. As we get older, we tend to care about grass way more than we used to. I don't know what it is, but man, I cannot help but when I'm at the ballpark, but staring at the grass. Yeah. And I'm staring and I'm like, nah, I can do that. I can do that. How did the grass look? Did it just look beautiful?
It was beautiful. It was absolutely gorgeous. Oh. It was perfectly cut. They've got this kind of cross pattern in the outfield right now.
Cross pattern,
Yeah, and they were steamrolling the infield when I was there, getting it nice and compact. And it's just, I mean, even that line there where I was between the grass and the dirt, it was just perfect.
Oh,
it's almost like they cut it with scissors, G, like a perfect height, every single blade.
Yeah. Well, there was somebody that just texted, our good buddy Josh out there, Josh in Auburn. Josh in Auburn says, Gee, Are you firing Luke Ducey from the quarter zip crew? Yes.
How did he know?
Luke, I don't know how he knew, but Luke Ducey, yes, he has been let go. He is no longer a part of the quarter zip crew.
Yes. No. No.
Hey, Luke, but the hat backwards. Did you do it because of King Griffey Jr.?
Yes. I didn't wear the hoodie today, but I got my hat back hoodie too.
Was that the deal breaker for you for him to leave the quarter zip club? It was with the backwards hat.
Yeah, man, you can't do that. Like Charlie would never, Sully would never, and so yeah.
Could you imagine the combo, the backwards hat with the quarter zip though?
There you go.
What's up, dudes? How are y'all?
I'll take it a step further. This one is not really, but I like a flat brim too.
Yep.
That is a non-quarter zip, kind of like what you're wearing. Yep, I like a flat brim.
2 bends of the bill, right in the middle, thumbs in the middle, 2 bends. That's all you get.
That works.
That's all. That's not a big bend, but just a slight little.
Paul, just do me a favor. Well, you're married now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could imagine you being on a date and you saying that, hit the brim.
I'm a 2-bender.
I'm a 2-bender.
The cleaning lady says, Luke, quarter zip crew, sorry for your loss.
I think Luke's go okay.
Or my gain.
Luke Ducey, appreciate you, man.
Always appreciate being here with you.
So much. Hey, coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, we got scenarios coming up at 10:47. And let's see, what do I want to do here? Okay, I know what I want to do. I do want to talk about Meta in YouTube. They were found liable for something. And also, the Seattle Senior Complex. This is a pretty cool thing for our elderly, for our brothers and sisters that are out there. So they got a great idea. We'll tell it next. Gee and Ursula.
The NBA takes its biggest step yet to bringing the Sonics back to Seattle.
The NBA Board of Governors has officially greenlit a deeper look at expansion to Seattle.
KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey has been following this.
Amanda, what a huge story for the city.
Speculation is that it's going to be 28-29 that season.
Stay plugged into the very latest at mynorthwest.com.
I'm super excited for the jobs, the restaurants.
And KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
We are on a magic carpet ride.
Remember that time we were driving through France and for some reason we didn't have GPS?
Oh, for some reason? That reason would be that you didn't plug your phone in because you didn't have a charger.
Yeah, because I let you borrow my phone so you could call your mother and you're on the phone for like 30 minutes telling her where we are. But that aside, we didn't know where we were going. We did fight a little bit because we didn't know where we were going. I think that Longevity Medical Clinic is like the GPS for us. They tell us which turns to make. They tell us which directions to go, right?
They do. And now I feel like the two of us together have a clear path and we have more control over our own health care.
Right, exactly. So you don't have to get out of the car and try to find information somewhere. It's all right there. As you're aging, all the little sort of turns you have to make in order to be able to have lots of energy and to enjoy your life. So for as far as I'm concerned, Longevity Medical Clinic is our GPS. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
The throw to first, and it's in time. Holy smokes, what a play by J.P. Crawford.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But if you're looking for a truly golden view, look no further than the seats on the first baseline, a.k.a. Trident Town. Post up behind the Mariners dugout, and you get a great view of Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, and our entire rotation at work.
Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs, blew it by him, strike 3.
Not to mention the best view of the best home run celebration in baseball. When the Trident goes up, you know a party's going down.
It is gone! Julio!
Mariners baseball. Trident South.
Don't miss the Mariners opening homestand, featuring tomorrow's Al West Champs Replica Banner Night at 6:45. Thanks to T-Mobile. Saturday's Cal Raleigh 60 Home Run Bobblehead Night at 6:40, presented by Alaska Airlines. And a showdown against Aaron Judge and the Yankees, Monday through Wednesday. Get tickets at mariners.com.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return, but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do? My refund, though. I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
If you've saved more than $300,000, there's one thing you can do now that could make your savings go twice as far in retirement, and it's tax planning. That's right. Tax planning could significantly reduce the taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals, Social Security benefits, and other investment income. Charlie Harger here. Find out how much money you could save with a free retirement tax savings analysis from the good people at Boss Retirement Solutions. To schedule your free analysis, call 206-210-1350. Tax planning for retirement could reduce your taxes not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. And the savings could be 6 figures. Let's find out how much money you could save. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
Help elevate your company's pride with workplace tips from Cintas. The right workwear helps your team look and perform their best. Cintas has work apparel for almost any job imaginable. Your team gets garments that are breathable, comfortable, and hold up to any job. Cintas even handles laundry and delivery every week with no upfront investment. It's all part of Apparel Plus from Cintas. Learn more at Cintas.com.
Jackson Hewitt has a great tax prep deal, $149 or less. Missing out is like ignoring the check engine light in your car. You'll regret it. Seriously, the price is only $149 or less, no matter how complicated. So don't wait. Like when you get a password expires today alert or you're shopping online and there's only one item left. It's like your taxes are in the cart. Just complete the purchase. Hurry. This deal for $149 or less is like your phone at 1%. It's about to power down. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn, understands the pressure that comes from owing money to the IRS. Don't let that pressure build. Call None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. President Donald Trump says Iran is allowing some oil tankers to pass through the Strait of Hormuz.
President Trump says he taunted the media this week by saying Iran, as he put it, has given us a present. Today, the president revealed what he meant.
They said to show you the fact that we're real and solid and we're there. We're going to let you have 8 boats of oil, 8 boats, 8 big boats of oil. This was 2 days ago. And they'll sail up tomorrow.
Trump said he viewed this as a show of good faith.
Well, I guess we'll deal with the right people.
Earlier, Iran denied talks were underway, and the White House press secretary rejected reports that the U.S. had presented Iran with a 15-point peace plan. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Washington state is now in uncharted territory at the pump. The statewide diesel average hit $6.53 a gallon, an all-time record. Seattle is $6.67. Tacoma is $6.71. Only California is higher, and the national average is $5.37. Unleaded is closing in on records too. $5.30 statewide, $5.51 in King County. Gas Buddies Patrick DeHaan told KIRO News Radio the impact on farmers could be catastrophic. Unemployment claims rose for the first time in 4 weeks. Here's CBS business analyst Jason Brooks with more.
The Labor Department reports that initial claims rose by 5,000 to 210,000, still remaining in a low range, and continuing claims declined to just above 1.8 million, the lowest level since May 2024. Unemployment claims, however, may be providing a false sense of security about the labor market, with payroll processor ADP reporting that a global survey found only 22% of workers confident that their jobs won't be eliminated, with 6 in 10 workers saying they put in unpaid hours on a weekly basis.
The whole region is still talking about yesterday's NBA Board of Governors vote to consider allowing expansion teams in Seattle and Las Vegas. Mayor Katie Wilson has pledged to work to bring an NBA team back.
Stokes another three-pointer. Good golly,
miss volley.
So has Bob Ferguson and other political leaders. Bob Ferguson has met multiple times with the NBA's commissioner. Now we're going to check your traffic, and 167 at 405 is the tough go now. 2 left lanes are blocked because of a collision. We're seeing about 2 miles of a backup at this point. It is very thick, so expect delays as that gets cleared. On 405 northbound, just north of Talbot Road, there's a disabled vehicle blocking the center lane. That's causing some of those issues there. Renton to Bellevue was about 30 minutes at last check. Linwood to Bellevue on 405. The travel times are getting a lot better after that collision was cleared at 5:20. Linwood to Bellevue on 405 is 53 minutes. Linwood to Seattle on I-5, 44 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle, 24 minutes. This report brought to you by KIRO News Radio. And we're going to stay clear for the rest of the day with a high of 52. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and 56. It's 39 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Scenarios comes up next. Make sure you stick around. Oh, it's been a fun show so far. A lot of fun, if you will. Have you guys heard about Meta and YouTube? There was this lawsuit. A California jury now finds Meta and YouTube liable for creating products that led to harmful and addictive behavior by young users. CBS news correspondent Jennifer Kuiper with more.
A woman says she became addicted to social media as a child and that the addiction exacerbated her mental health struggles. The jury has awarded attorney Mark Lanier's client a total of $6 million in compensatory and punitive damages.
They found that Meta failed to give what a reasonable company should give as warnings.
Meta and YouTube plan to appeal. Wednesday's verdict comes after a New Mexico jury found a day earlier that Meta is harmful to children's mental health. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
All right. Like this ruling right here, I can't stand it. I don't like it. I think it's a dangerous precedent because, in my opinion, on this is what you call a shift in accountability on this. So instead of blaming, right, responsible parties themselves, we're blaming the system. Now, don't get me wrong. When it comes to these tech companies, I know these tech companies aren't innocent. I'll be the first to say, yeah, some sketchy stuff. But there's been sketchy stuff with these companies in the very beginning, and we allowed these companies to go scot-free for long. This is why we shouldn't have those folks in Congress being able to serve 40, 50 years at their job. That's what happens when they get to keep running over and over and over again. Now, they built these algorithms to do what? To keep us hooked, to keep us from stop scrolling and all that stuff. But what point do we as people or as parents stop and say we have a choice? Now, specifically on this thing, they could not get Meta or YouTube for the content. They didn't get them for the content. They got them for how it is structured, the patterns on there. See, two things can be true at the same time. I say this all the time. Yes, that system might have influenced and had great influence, but that system does not keep the control. Because if you're going to start to blame the design, and that's what they're getting them for, they're blaming the design for our or the kids' behavior. Then where's the accountability? I hate to sound this way. I hate to be in this whole thing about what about accountability, but what about accountability? And if we're going to allow this, check this out. You mean to tell me, forget court, forget that. You mean to tell me that you are going to look someone in their eye and say to them, hey, you know, I struggle. Why'd you struggle? Why'd you have problems? Because the pattern on Meta, the pattern on YouTube kept me from my goals. If you guys are saying that sounds silly, that's exactly what this is. Some of you guys might agree with me. Some of you might disagree with me. That's fine. I get it. And that's why it's fun doing this show. But I'm sorry. When you start blaming a pattern being the reason why kids are hooked. And by the way, I do think they're hooked. I don't think kids are hooked. I think us adults are hooked. We're all hooked on social media. But that can't be a reason. Hey, Charlie, why didn't you go to work today? Because I was hooked on a pattern. I'm sorry. That doesn't work for me. Next story, our good friend Ella, she brought this one up. A senior housing complex in Seattle is undergoing a major renovation aimed at preserving affordability while transforming the property into a technology-driven smart neighborhood backed by a $3.5 million grant from Amazon. Brighton Communities is a nonprofit housing developer, is leading the effort at its Brighton Apartments. The project focused on seniors aged 65 and older, earning well below the area average income. Executive Director Curtis Brown tells Como News that the goal is to build a whole ecosystem that makes Seattle affordable. Beyond physical upgrades, Brighton Communities is working to integrate services that reduce residents' daily expenses. Now, the next phase of the project aims to convert the site into what developers call a smart neighborhood, using AI to manage building systems and improve quality of life. An AI-powered platform will link utilities, sensors, cameras, other systems to monitor conditions in real time. Brown comments, if any small thing happens in the building, from a leak to insects or a senior falling, that they'll be able to manage everything from the building. Now, the technology will also support multilingual digital assistant to help residents navigate services in a community where roughly 20 languages are spoken. Brighton Communities hopes the project can serve as a blueprint for similar developments across Seattle and beyond. They also add, we're working on every aspect of their lives to make it better. First, I absolutely love this. And here's why I love this, is because if you ever been to some senior-focused homes, adult facilities, and that, you would know that, how can I say this? Let's just say that the standard isn't the same throughout. Maybe you've gone to see a loved one in one of these communities, right? And you've seen others, and you're like, wait a minute, those others where they pay more money, it seems to be better than the ones who are just using Medicare, or if you will. But I think we all can agree that there needs to be a consistent standard. Like there's a standard and everybody should hit and reach that threshold. So when I hear about something like this, knowing that a AI-powered platform would be linked to utilities and sensors and cameras, knowing to monitor conditions in real time. So if your loved one falls, right, it doesn't matter about, oh, we were short on staff. Right? That would have to be the worst. Has anybody ever showed up to a home and you just, maybe you didn't have proof, but you just had that feeling that your loved one wasn't really taken care of, or that loved one where maybe that garbage hasn't been taken out where they live, and it's just like there's just a standard. This is what I love, that this Brighton Communities is doing this, because now this has a conversation. I got to tell you, in 6 years of doing this show, this is the first time that I've ever talked about this, and the first time I've ever heard a smart neighborhood. Well, that sounds good. Smartphones, that's pretty good. So let's have about a smart neighborhood. All right, coming up next is time for scenarios. Gee and Ursula.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Come in now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. If you live in the Seattle area, you've probably noticed something while driving around town. Carter Subaru license plate frames everywhere. And you know what? That is not an accident. Carter Subaru has built a reputation over decades for doing something surprisingly rare when it comes to car buying, and that is treating their customers like family. We are repeat customers at Carter Subaru. We drive an Outback and a Forester that we purchased from them. And every time we've worked with them, it's been the same. No pressure, no games, just honest conversations. They're also Seattle's only Subaru dealership with the largest Subaru selection in our state with more than 700 vehicles in stock. And right now, Carter Subaru has the 2026 Subaru Forester starting at just 0.9% financing on approved credit. Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 3/31/26.
High five! Up top! Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Heck yeah! He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Yes! The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Jackson Hewitt has a great tax prep deal, $149 or less. Missing out is like ignoring the check engine light in your car. You'll regret it. Seriously, the price is only $149 or less, no matter how complicated, so don't wait. Like when you get a password expires today alert or you're shopping online and there's only one item left. It's like your taxes are in the cart, just complete the purchase. Hurry! This deal for $149 or less is like your phone at 1%. It's about to power down. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Gray whales are back in the Salish Sea. Family-run Puget Sound Express offers guaranteed whale watching tours departing from Edmonds. Don't miss Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book online at PugetSoundExpress.com.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to PendergastLaw.com. That's PendergastLaw.com.
Hartley here from Wilcox Farms. For over 100 years, my family's been committed to doing what's right. At Wilcox Family Farms, that means caring for our hens with healthy pasture environments and a diet of organic grains and flax seeds. It's how we produce eggs that are wholesome, flavorful, and good for you. Next time you're at an egg case in your local store, we hope you feel good about choosing Wilcox eggs. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Get down on it, Nick.
Little cool,
song.
baby.
All right. Hey, coming up at 11 o'clock. That's right. We hear you because we need to bring us some topics back. We're bringing back gas. We're going to be talking about that because there's actually a new development that we just found out there's going to be some extra charges towards something. And then also, hey, Brandon in Snohomish says, I can't believe my ears. I actually agree with G. And then who else is this? 253 says the end is near. I agree with you. Okay, 253, settle down now. And what that topic was about was the meta. And for some reason, I did it, and I could feel the energy in the room. My youngsters, Gen Z, I don't know if they agreed with me. Because I think Meta getting sued and being found liable, Meta and YouTube, I think it's ridiculous. Oh, the pattern made me not focus. They sued for the pattern, not the content, because they couldn't do the content, but the pattern. Could you imagine in life just like, I didn't make it in life. Why? What happened? It was the pattern on Instagram. All right, we're going to bring that back, Paul, and bring back these text messages, too. Scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
I've had it. These bicyclists, I'm planning to do something about it. I'm sick of seeing them riding in packs of 20 or more, acting like they own the road. They don't obey traffic. They ignore the stop signs. They don't even stay in their bike lanes. I'm sick of it. It's only a matter of time before someone gets killed and the driver of the car is going to be blamed. The law says packs of cyclists are to be treated like you would a car, all the way in the other lane, but live in an area that has winding roads. So if I stay behind them, waiting to pass safely, they get angry. They'll start looking back, gesturing, monitoring all around, and of course, they won't move over. But if I pass, I can run head on into oncoming traffic, and I don't want to do that. So here's the thing. If they're not going to move over, I feel like I want to move them over myself. So the next pack I see, I'm going right up on their tail, and I'm honking the horn all the time until they cooperate. Am I wrong for this? Am I out of line on this, or have you seen this yourself? 888-973-5476 is the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Paul, what do you got first?
Now, I am a biker. I am a bike commuter here, but this is my thing. When you take over the whole road as the bikers, you are impeding traffic. I understand I've seen these big groups, but we have bike paths and we have designated bike lanes for a reason. It's safer for you and it's safer for the cars. However, I will say I get your frustration, but you need to still do your thing safely. If you're worried about people getting killed, then do not go up on their back tire. You can lay on the horn behind them safely, but you're going to open up a can of worms because if someone breaks and then they bump into you, you're causing a whole mess. But I do think that just like drivers need to be respectful and obey the rules of the road, bikers need to do the same. It's tough when you see these groups. I get that they have a bunch of them and they want to ride together and they're going, but make the line, form the line on the bike path, on the bike trail, and that way everyone can get where they're going safely and more effectively. But also, if you're on a windy road and there's nowhere else for a biker to go, you as a driver, you're going to have to share the road too. And sorry, you're going to have to just be patient and wait because better that everyone gets where they're going safely. But man, bikers can have some nasty attitudes sometimes.
Correct. I want to apologize. I said Brendan. It's Braden in Snohomish. My bad, Braden. Let's see. Emily in Lake Stevens says, I couldn't agree more with this person. The bicyclist not being able to follow the laws and the rules of the roads is so incredibly annoying. Ella, what do you got?
This is a really, I don't know if I have any good opinions on this because I don't really ride a bike, so I feel like I'm coming from just the driver's perspective, and I'm a nervous driver already, which is bad, but I just I have never honked my horn at even a car, so I can't imagine laying down on the horn at a bicyclist. I would just say let's all be respectful and go slow. Everyone go slow, you know? It's going to be fine.
Ella, you've never honked your horn?
I've never honked my horn. I come from a really small town, so I feel like if I honked my horn, they'd know who I was. So I was like, I just have that mentality of just like, let's not even get into it.
You honk that horn every
No, they know my name. They know where I live. They know my parents. I can't do it.
Okay. Let me say again, my opinions today are just not like they used to be. Let me just be crystal clear for any of you all. You can be frustrated all you want at the bicyclists. Sure, there might be a bicyclist that's not following the rules. There might be a bicyclist that's just making you upset. Or maybe you're late and you want to get past them, but you can't. Hey, word of advice. Please don't, like Paul said, don't ride up on them. I would suggest not honking your horn. I wouldn't even get close. Come on, man. Not every day do you have a bike holding you up. Please, just let it go. Let it go. It'd be better for the world. It'll be better for you. No. It would be better for you. Only thing that can happen from you is some stuff. You hit that tire, that person gets hurt. You get hurt, you get sued, you get arrested. There's cameras everywhere. Please don't do it. Nick!
You know, I'm not alone. I feel like when they say those dang cyclists on the road can sometimes bug me, especially when they're traveling in packs and getting more and more generous with how much road they're going to take up. Now, I believe and I know Paul ain't one of these dudes trying to be an agitator, but I speak against all the other folks who almost feel like they're trying to push the envelope, taking the whole road, maybe even intentionally slowing down because they know they got someone behind them waiting to get past. And it'll reach the point where it could get dangerous with the driver who's got road rage. But knowing some of these cyclists out there, that'll just be more fuel to the fire for them to just keep on keeping on living to cruise until your patience just runs out. And for the drivers out there, I know it can be frustrating, but you're going to get yourself in trouble if you just let that classic fist raise of anger from the dude who's riding in that spandex and that sleek hat helmet that they got over there. So I know it's going to really gaslight some people, but pack your patience when you see those kinds of people on the road.
Good stuff, Nick. Great song choice, by the way. Hey, real quick, because Ella got me thinking. Ella says she's never honked a horn at anybody. And I just want to say, I'm not saying that should be your thing, but I think some of y'all be honking that horn way too much. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you're sitting there, you're at the stoplight, the person in front of you, as soon as it turns green, does not take off within 2 seconds or 1 second, and you honk your horn. Stop doing that. And the reason why I'm saying stop doing that, because I'm telling you, you don't know what people are going through. And I want you to stay safe. Chill on that horn.
We got it good, though. Have you ever been on the East Coast, like Boston and New York? They take every opportunity they can as a group to be like, let's go.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, coming up next, YouTube, Meta, found liable. Whose fault is it? Next, Gee Ursula.
I've been doing things worthwhile. You've been working time. Drive, let it ride. And would you cry if I told you that lie?
Hi, Sarah here with Safeway. We're proud to partner with Champions of Change co-founder Doug Baldwin to help nourish Washington students through the Nourishing Champions program.
Thanks, Sarah. And here's the reality. Every day, students across our state are staying after school for extracurriculars on empty stomachs, and some of them don't know where their next meal will come from. Food insecurity is reaching crisis levels, and the impact on our youth will extend far beyond this moment. The good news is that there's an answer in the federally funded after-school meals programs. But right now, Washington schools' participation is very low, reaching only 2% of the students who qualify.
That's where Nourishing Champions comes in. We're offering grants that not only fund food, but also resource and training support for the schools to offer an after-school meal program for years to come.
Our goal is to reach 10,000 more students in the first year of these grants and then grow from there. School staff can learn more and apply today at championsofchangefoundation.org and navigating to the Nourishing Champions tab. That's championsofchangefoundation.org and click on the Nourishing Champions tab.
File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction or your money back. File today the easy way in the Credit Karma app.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here.
Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring.
Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now.
JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday, scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet.
Just a couple things, huh?
Maybe more than a couple.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Home is more than a place to live. It's where the best of life unfolds, where possibility sparks, where community grows, where lives take shape. At the Master Builders Association of King and Snohomish Counties, that belief drives the work our builders, remodelers, and tradespeople do every day. Because when we build more homes, we're building so much more than housing. We're making room for what matters most. Learn more at roomforwhatmatters.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. President Trump says Iran is allowing some oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz, but he warns Iran to accept a deal to end the war.
And they'll tell you, we're not negotiating. We will not negotiate. Of course they're negotiating. They've been obliterated. Who wouldn't negotiate? They are begging to make a deal. We'll see if we can make the right deal.
At today's cabinet meeting, U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff said the U.S. had presented Iran with a 15-point plan for a potential peace proposal. CBS's Chris Livesay in Dubai also reports.
In nearby Abu Dhabi here in the United Arab Emirates, earlier today, 2 people were killed by falling debris from an intercepted Iranian missile. 3 more were injured. Just a reminder that the Gulf states are on the front line of this conflict.
A brother and sister are charged after an explosive device was found outside a gate at MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa earlier this month. The FBI says Alan Zhang has fled to China. His sister is in custody. Deposed Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife have appeared in federal court in Manhattan nearly 3 months after American forces invaded his country and brought him to the U.S. to face narco-terrorism and drug trafficking charges. CBS's Lilia Luciano outside the courthouse.
They walked in wearing khaki overcoats, and he had that orange jumpsuit underneath. Importantly, he did not speak this time. Last time, Maduro claimed that he's an innocent man, that he's a decent man, that he's a prisoner of war. This time, neither Maduro nor Celia Flores, his wife, said anything at all during the hearing.
Lawyers for Maduro and his wife have moved to dismiss the case. Senate Republicans send a last and final offer to Democrats in an effort to fully fund the government and end the record-long wait times at airport TSA security checkpoints. Meantime, CBS's Shauna Mizell says at Houston's big airport,
the TSA Rapid Response Team is sending about 24 employees here to this airport to assist with those security screenings, but it remains to be seen just what impact they will have because Houston is among the highest TSA call-outs in the nation since this partial government shutdown began.
The International Olympic Committee is banning transgender women athletes from future games. CBS's Michael Wallace.
IOC President Kirsty Coventry says each athlete will have to undergo a one-time gene screening test. Only biological female athletes will be allowed to compete.
The scientific evidence is very clear. Male chromosomes give performance advantages in sports that rely on strength, power, or endurance.
It's not clear if any transgender women are currently competing at an Olympic level. The new policy will be in effect for the Los Angeles Summer Games in 2028.
Stocks are falling on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for the stars.
If I take time to think, they might go get Brad.
On CBS, Sunday morning.
We're going to give you all the Mariners hype and hear from the voice of the Mariners in just a moment. But first, KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. And the good news is that all the collisions on 405 northbound in the S-curves, etc., have cleared. However, we still have a backup through the S-curves and on 167 because the main collision that was blocking for the last couple of hours on 167 has cleared. And there's another one on 167 northbound just south of 405. This time blocking the left lane, but there's a lot less volume. So it's not the huge thick backup we saw earlier. The Renton to Bellevue Drive, now 35 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle on I-5 North, 30 minutes. Linwood to Seattle is down to 37 minutes. And Linwood to Bellevue, which was struggling so much earlier because of a collision at 520, that is now just 37 minutes. That collision has cleared. There is still some slowing on 405 northbound. I see a new collision just south of 520. Again, this is in Bellevue, not up in Kirkland. 405 northbound near 520. There's a collision in the northbound direction, and I see about a mile of slowing. And so you're going to be slow all the way back to I-90 with a little bit of difficulty merging onto I-90 or onto 405 from I-90. So give yourself a few minutes on the east side there. This report brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. The Mariners kick off their 50th season tonight with the best pitching rotation in baseball. Legendary broadcaster Rick Riz tells Seattle's Morning News that's no accident. He credits the front office.
They were very consistent when they said no, no, no. If anybody inquired about any one of the top 5 guys or 6 guys in our starting rotation, that's what this ball club is built around. That's the engine.
Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, Luis Castillo, Emerson Hancock, and Brian Wu are all back. Gilbert gets the ball tonight against Cleveland at T-Mobile Park. Catch the game on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. Attempted murder charges for a man who fired at a group of kids in Pierce County.
Tacoma police say a 31-year-old suspect fired shots at a group of kids who were throwing water balloons at cars. This happened on February 29th on South Tyler Street. One of the children had to go to the hospital. This week, police say additional charges were added after detectives found out more information from a witness.
That's KIRO 7 TV's Al Thomas. The superintendent of a Skycomish school district is now on administrative leave. Dr. Destry Jones was removed by the school board pending an outside investigation. Earlier this month, a PE teacher was arrested accused of grooming and raping a student over 2 years. Investigators say staff members expressed concerns, but the district did not remove the teacher. Now let's get your weather report. We had some sprinkles this morning, sun the rest of the day, and some clouds, partly cloudy for Friday and a high of 56. It's 39 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy opening day, happy Thursday, and all that good stuff. Ursula is out today. Nick is here, Paul is here, and so is Ella. We have been having a show today. Gone by fast, huh, Paul? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Gotta
getting you to the ballpark there.
It's almost like we're looking forward to something.
Hey, Agree to Disagree is coming up next, but right now, let's get to it.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
So, Paul and I and Ella during the break, we started thinking, we should revisit some of the hot topics of today. Well, yes, you guys know opening day is there. Can't wait for that. If you're going to be at the ballpark, hope I see you there. I'll be there. Lillian and I are going to the ballpark. Can't wait to see the Mariners take on the Cleveland Guardians. That's going to be first pitch is at 7:10 p.m. Let me complain. It needs to be an afternoon game, but okay, I'll let it go. It's going to be at 7:10. But we were having the discussion about gas prices in the 9 o'clock hour. First, let me set some things up, and then I'll share your text messages. By the way, how much have you paid recently for gas and or diesel? I know, shout out to my truck drivers. They were texting in, and whoa, some of these trucks getting 4 miles a gallon? Like, I mean, I've never driven a truck. I don't know what that's like, but you guys are sharing with us the prices. But anyways, what's happening right now is there's 2 states, California and right here in Washington, they just hit an all-time record highs for diesel fuel. No, not high for the year, not high since the summer or for the summer. We're talking about highest ever recorded. Seeing diesel go over $6.50, pushing $7 in some places. Now, a lot of people hear that and they're like, well, I'm good. I don't drive a diesel. I drive gas. Well, that's the mistake, because the diesel is going to impact all of us. Them trucks that bring them groceries? Yes. Home Depot that brings all the deliveries? Yes. The system in general keeps moving because of diesel. So when diesel prices hit record highs, that cost isn't just at the pump, it's for all of our people. It hits your pockets. Now, Paul and Ella kind of put some text messages together, and if there's some new ones coming in, I'd love to hear from you. Greg in Las Vegas, oh my goodness. Greg in Las Vegas said he paid $975 to fill a 150-gallon diesel tank. Truck driver Travis said, now what? I just put $1,100 in diesel in my semi this morning. Josiah in Cloyellum, my semi gets 4.2 miles per gallon. Fuel prices right now are killing us. Jay and Lacey, diesel is no joke. I just paid $110 this morning just for a quarter a tank. It's insane. And that's right here in Lacey. Also, just so you guys know, this just came in. Those rising prices for gas have prompted the U.S. Postal Service to take action. CBS's Jesse Mitchell has more on the plan to raise fees by 8% for some services.
Higher prices will take effect from April 26th through mid-January 2027 for Priority Mail, Ground Advantage, and Parcel Select services, though first-class stamps are not affected. The move is subject to approval from the Postal Regulatory Commission.
Okay. Let me stop right there. Sometimes, y'all, I got to take off my news hat, and I just got to take off my work hat, and I just would like to really have a conversation. What's the plan, right? Like, where is this leading to? There's a part of me, and I'm not trying to be conspiracy theory or anything like that. I'm really trying to see like what the plan is. So right now, we are we at week 3, Paul? I don't have it on top of my head, but week
3 or 4, yeah.
Going into 4? Okay. So let's just say it stopped in 5 minutes. Let's just say it's over with, right? Those prices are still going to creep up. But we don't see the end right now near anytime soon. You hear about the 15-point plan. And again, this is not the time I want to get deep into this war, or they call operation, or whatever they've been calling it. But whatever it is, when the Strait of Hormuz is being closed, when the Strait of Hormuz is when ships are going through and ships are having to pay $1 million to get through. Like, what is the plan? Will there be a time, like, we're sitting here talking about, I told you I paid $6.17 last week for regular. Paul, for the first time, just paid $5.40. What did you say you paid, Paul?
$5.50.
$5.50. Okay. Nick, you just paid $5 for the first time in your life.
Yeah, and that's the cheap side right now.
That's the cheap side. So my thing is that what happens when it gets to 7? What happens if it gets to 8? Look, for some people, that's just it's an inconvenience. Like, you know what I mean? But this is real life situations right here. These are situations where people will literally be making life decisions at the gas pump, and I'm not trying to be funny. This is the difference in between. And by the way, some people, when you're tough, when it's hard on money, you don't fill the tank. I know that firsthand. You might put a little something on it. You might put maybe 20, 25. Back in the day, I would put $5 in there and just kind of make it do what it do. But you don't want to put it all in there because you don't want to put all your money into the gas tank. But this right here, I mean, this is the difference between someone putting gas in the vehicle or putting food in the refrigerator. We already have a hard time with food insecurity. I remember back in the day, in 2008, when the recession hit. And if you guys remember here locally in the Pacific Northwest, I know because I know what I was doing for a living. I was a car detailer. And I would go around mobile car detailing, and I would go around in my van. I remember when prices hit, that was when they hit right over $3. When they went over $3, I struggled so bad because already there were my biggest clients, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, they weren't able to sustain getting their vehicles cleaned all the time. So I started to lose business. And not only was I losing business, I was also losing every time I would go because I was trying not to raise my prices. And then I was trying, okay, maybe I'll do a little gas service charge or something like that. It just was torture. And that was in 2008. I couldn't imagine the same thing happening today. So I would love to hear from you. My last point that I wanted to make about this topic, and Paul, I want to see what you think about this. Is it possible? Is it possible that if this continues to go this high, to prevent it from going this high, and because, we're visual people, right? If these prices get to $7 a gallon, and I know that these politicians, Donald Trump, all of them, they don't want you to see that. Is it possible that they could say, hey, you can only get so much gas at a certain time. You can't get gas on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You have to get gas on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Is this one of those things where it could be an emergency where they actually say, hey, we're going to ration out the gas? I'm just saying, am I crazy for sounding this way?
I think it'll be a while before we get to that point, but it's hard not to think that way. I mean, there have been gas lines in this country before. There have been issues with supply. I mean, it's amazing doing this. I didn't realize how much diesel impacts every single element of our life, from everything. It goes down to the products, to everything. So I think maybe if you focus on that, you might get lost in the weeds because it might not happen. But I think preparing for emergencies is something, we all need to be ready for, but it's hard to know. It's hard to know if that's where we'll get. And it's hard to not let your mind wander to those places when we're seeing prices continue to jump and jump and jump. And who are they going to open the strait? Is there going to be enough supply? And what does that mean? I just, hopefully there's enough backup plans that the people in charge have to prevent us from getting to that point.
I want to make sure I cover all bases because I know that some of you guys are sitting there and you're probably screaming at me. And you're screaming, gee, the CCA. What about the CCA? The Climate Commitment Act. What about Bob Ferguson? What about Jay Inslee? Okay. You want me to say it? You want me to say that I've said it before. I've never liked it. I don't like it. Do you want me to blame the Climate Commitment Act for the reason why the gas prices are this high right now? Is that the truth? Yes, it's the reason why that right now California, and the reason why right now Washington has the highest. Yes, you're right. This is why Washington is more expensive than Oregon. But if we're in Tennessee, we were in Kentucky, we're in some of these other states, guess what? They're paying way more. And in some of these places, and which is interesting right now, never forget, now, even though our state minimum wage, we don't have to worry about this because we're not at the minimum wage for the federal level. But just remember, the federal level minimum wage is still $7.25. So when you see these folks on X and on social media and they're saying, well, over here in Tennessee, it's right now, it's $3.50. Minimum wage is, a lot of times in that state, is $7.25. So if they get up to $4 and $5, you're almost working a whole hour and your check's gone for that hour. So again, where this is going, I don't know. And I'm glad you brought up about the diesel, because diesel, man, it means so much, because you're not just paying more at the pump, you're paying more everywhere else. Here's another topic that we discussed today that really got a lot of you going. We're going to talk about Meta. Now, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Meta and YouTube, they were found liable today. So what happened was they were found liable for not the content, but for the pattern on their platforms, and basically are saying, hey, these are the reasons why young kids are hooked on social media. Yeah, they actually said that. And so they're found liable. Yes, YouTube and Meta will be appealing this. Some of you all agree. Some of you guys disagree. But here's my point on this ruling. I think this ruling is dangerous. It sets an awful precedent. Do I think that these social media platforms have done things to hook us? Yes. Do I think that fast food establishments, the food industry, have done things to hook us? Yes. As a matter of fact, I think so many things have been done in this country to hook us. Doesn't mean we're going to go ahead and file a lawsuit, because let's be real. How many parents, just shoving iPads and cell phones in kids' faces that are 2 and 3 years old? Is there any accountability for that? So I just don't like how we are escaping the accountability of that. If you mean to tell me someone can look you in your eye and say, hey, I didn't reach my goal. Well, why didn't you reach your goal? Because the pattern on Meta distracted me. Sure, kids, adults, yes, we get hooked on social media, no doubt. Now, here's some text messages. Max in a 425 says, I agree. The lawyers have carved out a legal theory to get themselves paid. People need to be accountable for how they choose to spend their time. I watched a lot of 1960s TV when I was a kid. That stuff messed me up, but I was able to overcome. Mark in Nisqually says, no similarities to the tobacco industry's tactics? Just asking. Okay. Mark in Nisqually, you're right. I think that the tactics that companies use, right? Some of these tactics, yeah, they're not good. But at the same time, I think tobacco and social media, two different stories. Literally, tobacco kills you. Being hooked on social media, I don't know if that kills you. Being hooked on television, I don't know if that kills you. Now, when I brought this up before, Paul, I could feel your energy. And almost like you kind of disagree with me, but you didn't want to say anything. What do you got, Paul?
Well, you say, it won't kill you, but what about the increase in suicides and those type of and self-harm and all sorts of that stuff that comes from that exposure. Now, I see your point though of yes, hey, you're participating, right? When we were talking off air, at the end of the day with social media companies, we signed up for it. We put in our information. We said that, and we put out the information too, right? What we were going to say.
Yes, sir.
But I just feel like there should have been more. There's just been so many things of, we knew this was going on. We know these trends, hurtful language, information about election seasons and stuff like that. I just feel like they went unregulated for so long, so they needed a correction, because it just got to this point where kids, teens, the stuff that they're seeing, the stuff that they're hearing from either their peers or who knows on the internet, that there needs to be some intervention there, because the social media companies got to operate and just kind of say, well, nope, hey, you know.
Okay, you know what? I'm glad you said that. You just said that these social media companies were allowed to, they were untouchable. Nobody corrected
freedom of
them,
speech,
freedom, all that kind of stuff. So they just went untouched, right? Who is the reason why they went untouched? Congress?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay. Some of these same folks, 40, 50 years in politics. I got one for you. Oh, okay. I tell you what then. If you guys want to sue Meta and YouTube and be like, yeah, G, they need to go ahead and be accountable for that. Fair. How about we get some money from these politicians in Congress who have made money as they have bought stock in Meta?
Yep.
How about those folks that continue to make money? The legal insider trading that Congress is able to do. All of these folks building their portfolios, crazy and outrageous. So if we're going to be talking about this and we want to say, well, gee, it was the pattern. Look, sue everybody then. Mm-hmm. Because I think Congress and some of them are. Remember when Mark Zuckerberg 10 years ago, when he'd go before Congress, it was a joke. And them not regulating things then is the reason why we're here today. So maybe I'm old school. I'll agree. Maybe if you guys disagree with me, I get it. But I'm sorry. We continue to take away accountability on things. And when things don't go right, we find somebody to blame. And man, we can sue for everything these days. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. If you sue somebody because of the pattern on social media, then at some point you need to just look at yourself and say, self, what is my damn problem? Pattern? Quit throwing the iPads in these 2- and 3-year-olds' faces. Matter of fact, you got 2- and 3-year-olds that know how to work the iPad way better than me. Have you guys got any grandkids right now that can work the computer better than you right now? My granddaughter, I talked to my granddaughter. She's got all the little videos and this and that. She don't even watch TV. These little kids don't watch TV. You don't even need a TV. They just be hooked on that pad. Reminds me of Pookie in New Jack City. It'd be calling me. I used that one yesterday. Hey, coming up next here on the show, we'll have Agree to Disagree. Gee Ursula. This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO News Radio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app.
I'm waiting for mortgage rates to come down. You know, I hear that every week, and even though rates are a little higher than I'd like, VA loan rates have come down low enough that some people are saving hundreds of dollars per month simply by consolidating their bills into one VA cash-out refinance. Hi, I'm Steve Teitler, owner of Best Mortgage, a local family-owned company, the VA loan experts for 34 years. We love helping our veterans save money. One of our VA clients saved more than $1,200 per month. We can also help you buy a home with no money down. The VA loan program is a fantastic deal that you have earned. Give us a call and we'll discuss your VA loan options with honest advice you can trust. And we do conventional loans too. Search the web for Best Mortgage or call 425-649-6000. You'll talk to a real person, never an AI robot. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking. Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. Whoa!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026. Taxes, fees, extra.
Sully here, and you know I've talked to a lot of businesses over the years, but the folks at Buc-ee's, they're the real deal. For over 50 years, they've treated neighbors like family with honest pricing, expert service, and repairs done right, guaranteed. They've also earned a Carfax Preferred designation. That means you get detailed updates, service reminders, and your full repair history right at your fingertips. 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing. Visit Buc-ee's.com today and drive with confidence.
Voted best of Western Washington. Ranked #1 senior living community in America. Aegis Living, Washington's most luxurious assisted living and memory care. Schedule a tour today at aegisliving.com and get a special take-home gift. Aegis Living. This must be the place.
If you've saved more than $300,000, there's one thing you can do now that could make your savings go twice as far in retirement, and it's tax planning. That's right. Tax planning could significantly reduce the taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals, Social Security benefits, and other investment income. Charlie Harger here. Find out how much money you could save with a free retirement tax savings analysis from the good people at Boss Retirement Solutions. To schedule your free analysis, call 206-210-1350. Tax planning for retirement could reduce your taxes not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. And the savings could be 6 figures. Let's find out how much money you could save. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
It is time to rewind with the Nostalgia and Retro Convention in Puyallup this weekend. Get autographs and photos with Hall of Famer Edgar Martinez and Jay Buhner. Meet Dennis Rodman and Horace Grant, Sergeant Slaughter in the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Music fans can meet J.C. Chazé from NSYNC, Tiffany and Debbie Gibson. Dive into a world of classic TV and movies with Ponch and John from Chips, Steve Gutenberg and Bobcat Goldthwait from Police Academy, and so many more. Saturday and Sunday at the fair in Puyallup. Buy tickets now at rewindwa.com.
Our local tax expert and advocate Greg Nunn understands the pressure that comes from owing money to the IRS. Don't let that pressure build. Call None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. One of President Donald Trump's chief negotiators says he's convinced Iran wants to make a deal to end the war with U.S. and Israel.
At a cabinet meeting, U.S. Envoy Steve Witkoff said he believes Iran wants to accept a 15-point action list that the U.S. has presented.
We have strong signs that this is a possibility, and if the deal happens, it will be great for the country of Iran.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who prefers the term Secretary of War, says if Iran does not accept it,
the Department of War will continue negotiating with bombs.
While the war continues, Iran has slowed to a trickle 1/5 of the world's oil supply by paralyzing tanker traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
And Washington State just set an all-time record for diesel prices. AAA says the statewide average hit $6.53 a gallon yesterday. The national average is just $5.37. Only California is paying more. Unleaded is also climbing towards record territory, $5.30 statewide and $5.51 in King County. The International Olympic Committee is banning transgender women athletes from future games.
So it's absolutely clear that it would not be fair for biological males to compete in the female category. In addition, in some sports, it would simply not be safe.
IOC President Kirsty Coventry says each athlete will have to undergo a one-time genetic screening test. The Seahawks want to expand their Renton facility. The team filed plans in December for up to 80,000 square feet of new space at the Virginia Mason Athletic Center. The Daily Journal of Commerce reported the news this week. Construction could begin this summer. Another season of construction on the Vantage Bridge means another summer of lengthy backups on I-90. WashDOT's Summer Dairy says if you're headed east, avoid Friday afternoons. If you're headed west, skip Sunday afternoons.
If you want to avoid them, definitely go a day or two before, a day or two after, or really, really early in the morning or really late at night. The peak time is typically from about noon to 6 that you want to avoid.
Crews are replacing concrete panels and working on the columns. Let's get your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic, and we've officially recovered from the morning commute. Linwood to Seattle, 21 minutes on I-5. Federal Way to Seattle, 27 minutes in the northbound direction. Linwood to Bellevue, 23 minutes on 405 southbound. We've cleared all but one collision here, 167 northbound, right by 405. There's a collision blocking the left lane, but it's not causing too much of a problem anymore. And Renton to Bellevue on 405 northbound is just 29 minutes. This report brought to you by Wilcox Farms. For a convenient, healthy snack on the go, look for ready-to-eat Wilcox hard-boiled eggs. Find Wilcox eggs at Costco, Metro Market, Safeway, and other local grocers. Going to stay dry today with a high of 52. It's 39 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Happy opening day. I hope that sun hangs out a little longer because I have a feeling that 7:10 tonight, Paul, it might be a little chilly.
Yeah, I would bundle up if you're heading to the ballpark tonight too.
Yeah. Roof should be open though, but it might be a little cold.
It'll be a nice night if you're bundled up. I think it's going to be. I mean, T-Mobile, man.
Bring a jacket when you go.
Yeah. Bring a jacket. All right. Agree to disagree. Brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
All right, G. I want to know if this is going to take you out of the first class, the business class of the airplane here. United Airlines has unveiled their new United Relax Row. It's a first-of-their-kind seat that transforms a dedicated row of 3 into a lie-flat mattress-like space after takeoff. So think you could lie down, take a nap, have the kids hang out. The rows will sit between economy and premium plus, accommodating up to 12 such sections. Now, no official price tag yet, but it's likely to be a competitive option. For comparison's sake, premium plus typically falls between $1,000 and $2,500 for a seat. Gee, would a bed in the sky get you enough to hang out with the rest of us back there behind the curtain of first class?
You know, I can't stand all this. Didn't I talk about this earlier? Didn't I just say about there's always, like, these airlines now are really figured out how to bop you over the head and how to make you spend more money? You pay to fly to see grandma, which is going to be a 3-4 hour flight. And so you got the plane, oh, this is the price I want. And now it's time to book your seats. And you go to book your seats and you're like, okay, here are 3 seats that you can sit in for free. 2 of them about a lavatory in the middle seat, right? And the other one's maybe it's a window seat, a row up. And the rest of them you got to pay for. You got to pay for the extra row. You want to sit a couple seats away? That's $27. Extra row, $47. So do I like this? Yes, but I don't really want to pay that much to be flying because I get it. These airlines, they don't have enough seats. I did see this United Airlines thing. I do think it's cool. I don't want to go to sleep in a bed because it's going to be expensive. So, no, I'm going to sit in the same place, Paul, that I always sit, brother.
And that's certainly economy, right? That's
yeah.
I think it's a pretty cool idea, though. Yeah. I will say, I think it'd be an interesting option if you're traveling with kids, for example, if you can swing this. But I think it's going to be one of those things that you're going to, just like, I mean, really, it's just like first class or any of these other premium options where you're just like, do I really need to pay? Traveling already is so expensive, right? And it stinks when you sink a huge part of your travel budget into your airfare or just how you get there. So as much as I would love to kick my feet up and relax here, I don't know if I'm in the relax row anytime soon. But I like the idea. A bed in the sky. I mean, some of these cross-country flights can be kind of long. But all right, from first class to the dress code.
Oh, the dress code. Nice segue. I'm curious. What do you got?
Okay, so this was going viral here. So Ruth Chris's, it's a steakhouse chain. They have a dress code.
Okay.
And so they were, and some people were talking about, hey, what's the deal with dress codes? And then Chili's got involved, and Chili's reposted the post saying, hey, if you're coming to Chili's, you can dress and wear whatever you want. Now, the Ruth Chris's dress code isn't anything new. It's pretty basic. It's business casual. They want you to come in business casual. And if you're wearing a ball cap, so if you're someone like me, you'll end up sitting in the bar or lounge area. So, Gee, I ask you, should more restaurants have dress codes?
Yes. Yes, please.
Yeah?
Please. I'm sick of it. Look, when you get ready to go out to eat, right? And let's just say, like, hey, you know what, Paul, you and your wife, anniversary dinner, right? Anniversary dinner, special time. This is going to get Paul out of his hat turned backwards.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to get you out of your Mariners or Colorado Rockies jersey and your shorts in New Balance, right? This is going to get you out of those things.
Well, the New Balances will probably stick because I only have like 2 pairs of shoes. So.
Okay. But Paul, can we agree? Can we just all agree on one level? Some of these restaurants and by the way, it's not like your bill is going to come out to that'll be $47. You know what I mean? Like, you're really about to pay for it. So if you're going to pay for it, can I have my experience a little different than like if I'm going to Chili's and pay Chili prices? Okay. But if I'm going to Ruth Chris and I'm going to some of these restaurants and I'm getting ready to splurge, I'm going to go to a dinner that I only can afford once a year, yes, I want a dress code. Matter of fact, I love you, Tacoma. I really do. I just want to say this with all due respect. You guys have been real good to me, Tacoma. But some of the things sometimes when I go out in Tacoma, I'm like, can anybody dress up at these restaurants, please? But now, do I sound somebody just called me bougie? Do you agree with?
I agree with what you're saying in it depends on the restaurant. Because you're not going to catch me putting on slacks and a collared shirt to go to Chili's. There's no way I'm going to go, drink a Dollarita and I'm going to be dressing up, especially because most of those, you might be coming from an event there. But in certain environments, it is good to dress up, and especially when it is actually. I didn't know this. I went to I should have, but hats can be a sign of disrespect in certain environments. Yeah. And I went to this. It was a nice spot in New York City. It wasn't like upper echelon, Michelin stars, but it was a nicer restaurant, and they asked me to take my hat off, and I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. They were like, take your hat out of respect for the chef, and I was just like, oh, I didn't even really think about it. I didn't take like personally, but it's like, hey, it's their house, their rules type of thing. So I'm not a big dress code fan, mostly because I can barely find dress. I got a fat neck and a weirdly proportioned body, so it's hard for me to find collared shirts and nice things for me.
I don't want to leave this topic. Can we? Ruth Chris, though?
Yeah, if it's a white tablecloth, steakhouse type of thing, I'm with you. And hey, hands up. I'd be lying if I wasn't say I was guilty of underdressing at the restaurant. Yeah. My wife's called me out on it. But
206 texts in. Absolutely agree with G for once. Come on, 206. All right,
you're getting a lot that today.
I know. Ella, your thoughts?
I love the idea of a dress code. I feel like to enforce it, that can get touchy. But I kind of, if you're going out to dinner, you kind of want to make it an event anyway. So I feel like dressing up, it's fun.
Yeah.
If you can, do it, right? But I don't know.
But again, at least I'm consistent. I want the dress code at Ruth Chris, Metropolitan Grill, Butcher's Table. Hey, Cuerno Bravo, I need y'all to do a better job down in Tacoma, that dress code. Come on now. I'm consistent because I'm also the same person that don't want you wearing pajamas in the airport. Yes, same person. Come Come on now.
Yeah, if it's a restaurant where they have the cloth napkins and they got to launder them, I feel like you got to at least take your hat off, wear some pants, maybe a little dress shirt here. Because they're doing some effort on their end, too.
While we're talking, before I go, this is a call to action to the Pacific Northwest. Ever since I've moved here, can we step it up a little bit on the dress code? Just in general. We get a little too dressed down, but there's some places, breweries, burger spot, chicken shacks, I get it. But these nicer restaurants where the bill probably is going to be $200+, come on now. Can we dress up a little bit?
I'm bringing the hat with the nice clothes, though. You won't have me taking my hat off until I'm in the ground.
A little middle class fancy there.
Exactly.
Text messages, feedback, and then we'll have words to live by. Send them in. Gee and Ursula.
The NBA takes its biggest step yet to bringing the Sonics back to Seattle.
The NBA Board of Governors has officially greenlit a deeper look at expansion to Seattle.
KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey has been following this.
Amanda, what a huge story for the city.
Speculation is that it's going to be 28-29 that season.
Stay plugged into the very latest at mynorthwest.com.
I'm super excited for the jobs, the restaurants.
And KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
We are on a magic carpet ride.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Every day, students stay after school for sports, clubs, and tutoring, many on empty stomachs. Safeway and Champions of Change offer grants for after-school meal programs. Schools apply by April 1st at championsofchangefoundation.org and click Nourishing Champions.
It is Gee and Ursula Show. And my main man, Russell in Bremerton, just texts in, Paul. I know, look, no, I'm not checking out those other texts, but I just wanted to get to the text messages. Russell in Bremerton says, it's a brand new world when I find myself cheering G on the entire show. Russell, come on, man. You mean to tell me in 6 years, I haven't had a good day? Not one good day in 6 years. You mean to tell me? Like Nick, if you did the calculations on that, how many shows have I done? Like 5 days a week for 6 years.
I mean, since you started the show, it's got to be like maybe in the four figures.
You know what I mean? And you mean to tell me, Russell, I didn't have one good day? Hey, Russell, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. All right. What you got there, Paul?
Gee, it's interesting you say the text line agreeing with you. On my times filling in for the show here, I got to put today as one of the highest amounts of agreed with G that we've seen here.
Well, you know what? They're having a bad day. Listen. If you guys agree with me a lot today, this was your day. You just didn't have a great day. Come back tomorrow. Let's get back to cooking. I like it when you disagree with me. What do you got, Paul?
Let's take some more text message here. Curtis in Auburn about opening day. Opening day for me is all nostalgia. Fireworks in the kingdom, baseball glove in hand, mom, dad, brother with me, watching Jay Buhner, Joey Cora, Edgar Martinez, and Ken Griffey Jr. At this moment in the world, I need the M's more than ever.
Come on now.
And I like Tracy in Tacoma's take here. Another reason why opening day is exciting, look outside. We don't need Puxatawny Phil. We are welcoming spring with first pitch.
Yeah.
Remember, bundle up if you are heading out there tonight here.
Yeah.
We were talking about the cost of airfare rising, and I thought Dave in Snohomish County did get this one. It doesn't make it sting any less, but I think it helps put it into perspective. Airline tickets.
Yeah.
When you consider how it gets you from A to B, thousands of miles apart, still a fantastic deal. Even with the longer waits, you can travel across the whole length of the country in a day. Deal.
Hey, no. That's a great point. That's a great post. Here's the thing. If you guys really want to be honest about the gas, here's where I am with the gas. This was the jump, right? So I told you about 2008 when gas prices went over $3 for the first time. I remember that. I was like, oh my goodness. And here in the state of Washington, they really never really went back up under 3. They stayed in the 3s, and then obviously just recently we're in averages of 4, right? This is what I'm afraid of. That this is going to get crazy, right? And there's going to be a new normal. You know, that was a COVID saying. And the new normal, Paul, might potentially be stuck around 5 or 6. All right, what's next?
All right, let's see here. When we were talking about reviews here, Riley says, as long as I know it's not a sponsored video, I can be swayed. As soon as I can tell someone is being paid to say something, I'm out. Paul in the 253 says, so you're saying I shouldn't start my career as a boomer influencer? I've actually seen a couple of those out there. There have been some pretty creative content creators out there. Drewski here, we were talking about the Drewski skit. Cliff in Woodinville says, the first I ever heard of Drewski is when he made the pathetic cry for attention when he pretended to have trouble pronouncing JSN's name. Since then, I've seen a few things, including this video, and he's just not funny. I wanted to laugh at the little skit about conservative women, but it just wasn't funny. How does this guy get called a comedian? Maybe his stand-up is good. Curtis in Auburn had the opposite reaction. Gee, the Drewski skit was absolutely spot on. It was a parody of exact things Erica Kirk has said. I think that skit was bringing attention to how ridiculous some of the current events in our country are. It's no different than the SNL skits every single week, making fun of the weekly news stories or a Trump impersonator opener. Come on, Gee.
I love it. But again, if you don't like Erica Kirk, to me, this empowers Erica Kirk. This right here. Erica Kirk actually made a comment about it. She says, quote, "Now, if I did blackface as part of a skit, I'd be canceled and called racist." This is what I'm saying. And I'm telling you, if we start seeing more blackface coming up, remember G. Scott told you on this day, March 26th, that it was probably coming because of that skit.
All right, we were talking about bike riders here and our scenarios today.
Yeah.
And here's Hippie Mike from Stevens Pass. As an avid cyclist, we as cyclists need to have better manners, and maybe those groups of cyclists should pick a different route and that are safer and have wider shoulders. CJ in Bothell says, horns are for honking. Don't take it personally. Hear it and move on. Sometimes people need help and a little sound, so they think about what they're doing on the road.
Oh, good stuff. All right, Paul. It's time for words to live by. I ain't seen anybody send anything. They send you something?
No, I'm going here. I got a different one for you here, and this is from Bob Feller. Every day is a new opportunity. You can build on yesterday's success or put its failures behind and start over again. That's the way life is, with a new game every day, and that's the way baseball is. Happy opening day, everybody.
Ooh, old-timey baseball player. I like that.
By the way, before you go, Nick, Andy in Newcastle called me bougie a lot.
Well.
Jeez, Paul. Nick, what do you got, man?
Well, there's no coming down from Sonic's news that we received, getting hints they have a return date that's hiding up their sleeve because the party keeps on going with an opening game tonight for a Mariners team that's been around since Griffey under the lights. But there's newer stars now on the scene like Dumper and J-Rod with the hope they'll keep on breaking out to help win for the squad. Now, the M's might not win a Super Bowl like G was saying on the morning news, but a World Series could very much be in the mix. So let's keep our eyes out for that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, Mariner baseball is back. You know what? The city of Seattle is just lucky. I mean, well, obviously they just won a Super Bowl, but not many cities have 4 major teams, right? And if you think about it, not many cities have 5, not many cities have 6. I think we're the only one, if you count women's hockey, women's soccer, Sounders, Storm, Mariners, Seahawks.
I think the only ones out the top,
rugby,
like Boston, maybe, because Denver doesn't have women's hockey yet. I don't think, but they just got women's soccer.
No, if you guys go and look it up, we have more professional sports teams than Boston.
Yeah,
yeah.
Chicago,
more than Chicago too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, good show today. Thank you, Ella. It was fun having you on today.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Paul, appreciate you, man.
Thank you, G. I had to call you bougie because, remember, today we asked, is this the fit that's going to the ballpark tonight?
You're not wrong, Paul.
The fit's waiting at home for the ballpark tonight. And you're following the dress code, though.
Hey, but the hat will not be backwards today. I do got a brand new hat that I'm ready to rock at the Mariners game.
Oh, you got to show that off.
Yeah, I got to show that off today. Nick, thank you, bro.
Have fun at the game tonight.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Hey, if you're going to be at the game, I hope I see you over at the ballpark, T-Mobile Ballpark. Hey, coming up next, the Jake and Spike Show. They're coming in next. Make sure you stick around. Gotta go. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
That's right, my fight is ill. Peace to LONS and Quest, nice and smooth and cypher still. I live in top of hip hop. This is hip hop of the day. I give props to hip hop, so hip hop hooray. Ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho.
Ever wonder how much energy it takes to power your life? Streaming shows, running appliances, even using AI to plan your next trip?
A lot, and it's growing fast.
So we need more energy, and it has to be clean and reliable.
Exactly. That's why Energy Northwest is exploring new ways to keep power flowing sustainably to meet the rising demand.
All this new technology is exciting, but we need the energy to keep up.
And Energy Northwest is making it happen.
Where do I learn more?
Energy-Northwest.com.
Energy Northwest, powering our clean energy future.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Yikey Wawa.
What?
My hot water.
Yeah?
Not so hot.
Water heater trouble?
It's not working.
We can fix that.
This week?
How about today?
Apollo Plumbing really is ready right now.
Especially when it comes to water heater replacement.
Think I need a new one?
Is it more than 10 years old?
It is.
Probably so.
Doesn't heat like it used to.
It runs out?
All the time.
That's a warning sign.
Uh-oh.
So are little leaks.
But Apollo can get me a new one?
Installed today by our clean screen trained and trusted plumbers. They're water heater experts.
But I probably got to pay a rush fee.
No extra charge.
You make this too easy.
We'll even haul off the old one.
A new water heater.
Same day. That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
This is going to get my budget in hot water.
Got you covered there too.
How?
Our available payment plans.
I don't have to wait?
Or take cold showers.
You are a lifesaver.
Call us this morning. You'll have hot water today.
That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction or your money back. File today the easy way in the Credit Karma app.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath.